Do you like supporting artists? Do you like nerdy things like Dungeons and Dragons? Then Co-op Creations SD is the store for you. You can find adorable dragons, menacing mind flayers, and jealous jelly cubes to accompany you on your adventures. Need a way to safely transport your math rocks? Then their homemade dice bags will keep your click-clacks warm. Stop on by their Etsy page soon, as stock is limited.
Welcome to this week's episode of D&D. We are Campaigns of the Plains. Who wants to recap what we did last session? Okay. Go ahead, Eric. Do you want...
I have no idea who this Mary is.
Okay.
We snuck out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Like a kid going to a party for drugs or something.
I don't get that analogy, but okay.
And then we snuck onto a mountain. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no mountain high enough.
And it was some of us did a really good job getting on the mountain, others did not. Some of us did a really good job getting off the mountain, others jumped off of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did. That was fun. I jumped off. I don't think anyone realizes that I could, at that point, that I could not die when I did that. Thanks for trying to save me, Duke.
Yeah, sure.
And then when we got on the mountain, we went to find some secret place.
Secret tunnel.
With
Mm-hmm.
secret people who want to help us secretly murder people.
Do they?
The
I don't know if we got that far.
Market.
Oh yeah, the Fleetwood Market, like Fleetwood Mac, but like a market. And we met a really nice old lady who was a little bit senile. And we gave her some food. Well, Chats did this, and then we went back to talk to them, and they were like, "We don't want your kind around here."
I gave them food.
But Chats gave her food when he went
give him
by
more
himself. When he went first.
No, he went first.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was you!
You might have
You
to go
didn't get
back.
your eyes checked.
You might have to go back and recap.
So,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna rewind. Rowan went to
How are
town,
you
met
this
the
dumb?
old lady, gave the old lady food, and then we all went together, and they didn't like our kind around here. But then I gave them what Sapphire thought wasn't a whole lot of money to give us directions to the Fleetwood Market, to which we went to the Fleetwood Market. And then we came across a door puzzle that Sapphire was way too bored trying to figure out, so she just walked through the door and let her friends figure it out.
Yeah.
And
You're
we
not
met
a
some
cat.
tabaxis, some really cool tabaxis, and they're friends now, and they want us to murder Rowan's nemesis.
Let's
They do?
not be so hasty with the friends word.
They didn't try to kill Sapphire on the spot, so now they're friends.
They are allies at best.
Okay, they are acquaintances that have not tried to murder us yet.
That seems about right.
True.
You
I
allow
like you leaned
anything.
in.
You can't allow anything. You're not the DM. Do you allow it?
Yes, I allow it.
Perfect. I don't know. I've had half of this
okay.
energy drink.
But see, I don't know if y'all have noticed. She will be friends with literally anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
It is
Even
true.
enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, it's the same in real life. I follow strangers by accident in the store.
That doesn't surprise me even a little.
Viewers, don't try to steal me. I'll follow you by accident.
I'll kidnap myself.
Yes.
That got
this
weird.
is a shape with a red hat. Clearly Josh.
All you gotta do is wear a red hoodie and a hoodie and a red hat, and she'll literally follow you out of a store.
If anyone's wondering why I'm doing ASMR, my brother got me in trouble for speaking into the wrong microphone.
What? We're speaking into the wrong...
Yeah.
Oh no! Quick, plug it in before it dies!
Yeah.
Dog.
Like, get him off of it. So I
Oh my
can't.
God, it dropped down like 15%.
I know.
We'll survive.
Okay.
I know.
This
That
has been a really weird introduction.
4-hour
guys.
battery, more like 4 minute.
Campaign
Really,
of the
really
Plains.
interesting introduction. This
I like
is
that.
how our introductions are.
Damn.
If you're
What?
if you're just tuning in,
That's how I was going to end the song.
if you're
Yeah.
just tuning into this whirlwind of an adventure, this is how we do.
Yeah. Getting the equipment set up was an adventure.
Yes. So,
Why is there a red box around Matt's box?
Huh? Oh, that's just because it's currently at the selected object.
Anyway, so yes, you guys.
If you'd like to see behind the scenes pictures of this moment, check out our Instagram.
Pow pow.
It's
Thanks for the plug.
right down.
It's below me.
It's
Oh, you're totally
way
wrong.
off.
Yeah,
and,
you
then,
got.
and then point down sideways a little bit.
Wait.
At an
Am
angle.
You're on
I
the top.
up top? Oh, I'm at the top.
Yeah, yeah. You thought you were on the
So
bottom.
is it this way still?
Yeah,
down,
and then
at an
down.
angle.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're good. You're good. Anyway,
Perfect.
so
Okay.
I never watched the video, so I don't even know.
I never remember.
Fuck you,
Like,
buddy.
you know how
you
much-
pointed at Eric.
Hey, yeah, follow us on the social media. That was a really weird introduction and wrap up.
Just like
Yeah.
take 2 D20s and just throw.
And anyway,
Yeah,
back
bringing
on
it back.
track. So
I don't know what I'm cutting.
all of it, cut all of it. It's fine.
wait.
No, keep it. This is a gold right here.
So, you guys did make your way out of town, bribing the guard to get out of Tarrin,
Better.
to then scale the mountain and get your way into Shaggy Paw. And then, yes, you encountered some senile old people that you gave food and money to that directed you towards the Fleetwood Market, which you guys then found the door puzzle in the basement that led to the Thieves Guild, where you met Silith, who is the leader of the Chained Uprising. So you guys talked to her for a bit. She told you that she doesn't trust any of you and doesn't believe you are who you say you are. And to prove yourself, she wants you to bring her Kuda's head on a plate.
To be fair, we did tell her that we were traveling with a tabaxi who should have been dead 200 years ago.
Exactly.
You know, in hindsight, I did say, hey, let's keep my identity secret. And then I did go and say, hey, by the way, I'm Chats.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, I own that.
Which
But
is why before we came here, we told you, go pray to your God and get her to slap you on the face again with her handprint so that it's more believable.
okay. I was speaking out of character. I'll get back into character.
No, that was me out of character.
Oh, it was? Okay, we'll drop that meta
That was
shit.
me out of character revisiting the fact that we were like,
Okay.
go pray to your God, Chet.
And I did, if you recall.
I do.
Yeah, and she was just like, bitch, no.
What was that girl's name again?
Silith?
Who? Oh, yeah.
Sylleeth.
And this what? The what?
She is the leader of the Chained Uprising.
Guys, I don't know if we've talked about in previous episodes, I can't write to save my life and my notes are hard to read, so I now have text.
You're
like,
up here.
Type.
I don't know why you're looking at them.
I now have typing. so when I go through notes and tell you what happened last session, I'll actually know what I'm saying, and it won't say.
It's debatable.
It won't. It might still say something
Wait.
about a butthole, but I meant it.
We can't publish those.
That's true. You can't.
We can't publish buttholes?
That's true.
Probably
The
not.
notes of me typing really poor, writing really poorly, are going to be.
Don't
in the
worry,
past.
we'll still post some older pictures.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You're-
you
you're
guys.
taking notes
So
with
we're
pen.
in
guys
the
are-
chamber of the Tabaxi Chained Uprising.
Yes, so you guys are just hanging out currently. This room is just filled with tabaxis of various colors and sizes. All look pretty seedy. They're all sitting around at tables, like eating, drinking, talking amongst themselves. You are standing right in front of Silith, who is sitting on her at a table at the very far end of this room, currently playing with a coin in her hand. Just she seems to be always doing something with her hands, and she's just kind of waiting for you guys to do something, as you guys have been motionless for a whole week. What would you guys like to do?
I love you. If I haven't said it already. Very well. Kuda's head it is. Do you want that on a platter? In a burlap bag? Any preference?
she doesn't even look up from the coin that she's playing with, and she says, "Whatever's easiest. I don't care. Just as long as he doesn't breathe anymore."
Any follow-up requests?
She takes a big sigh and says, "The sooner the better."
Go back through the dialogue loop and see if there's something else you missed.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Press XX0.
God. You're not loading a save file.
Companionship like this. Yay.
Silo will remember this.
As an equal show of goodwill, do you know anything about Kudath's security detail that might help us sneak in and slit his throat?
Roll me persuasion.
Roll night.
40.
Oh, if only.
Oh, you're not a... That's right.
Yeah, this is persuasion.
Yeah.
That's a total of 9.
Oh, so she looks up for a second at you and just kind of glares at you, almost like a "Are you serious?" type of look, and she just wags her finger. I can't make it that easy now, can I?
You could, actually.
I won't.
Okay, that one I can't argue. I'm just saying she could have.
It's been forever since I've been amongst my kind. I forgot how coy they can be.
It's like you don't have to deal with yourself all the time.
Fuck you.
Sorry. I meant that internally, Chad.
You didn't mean
Do
to say
all
it
of
out
your
loud.
characters accidentally think out loud?
It's a family trait.
Yes.
Look, it's, like mother, like daughter.
What?
It's a family flaw.
Famous flaw.
Mother being Alicia and
Ah,
daughter
okay.
being all of her
No,
characters.
it's like
Celeste is your daughter character.
Celeste.
though.
It's like it's her kid. Like they're gonna have some similarities.
No, I meant even Danica.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The sexual fantasies thing was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
What?
I'll turn.
Oh, that's right. Spoilers. But it's not really spoilers, is it? No, that episode was already out.
I'll turn to the rest and say, do you have any other questions for Miss Congeniality? Okay, cool.
She's just playing with her coin.
Well, it was Sileth, correct?
Yes.
We'll see you soon.
Toodles.
And I turn to walk out of the chamber.
So, is everyone following? Okay, so as you guys start walking out,
We just got here though, Chance.
I know.
We don't have any other questions for her. Wait.
She's closed down to me unless you have something to say to her.
Not that I can think of.
Rowan gave me the idea that there was some sort of talk on the mountain of me being some sort of myth. So I thought it might hold some traction, and obviously it didn't. So obviously we'll just have to prove our worth to these people. If that
You are some kind of myth, but
it's hard to tell folks that you are the myth without maybe showing them something.
Yeah.
Many
Chance,
people
it's
don't quite have the faith to be able to do that.
It's hard to have faith in somebody who should, by all means, be dead, right? I mean, no Tabaxi has lived hundreds of years. We know who you are, but I understand that you're going to need to prove it to them. They're not going to blindly follow you.
Unless some force beyond my control suddenly changes the color of my fur or sends some sort of sign down, I don't know what I'm going to tell or show these people, other than proving that I'm at least true to the cause, to freeing the mountain. Now, we don't even know what these people believe. I want my people to be free. I want there to be a new government on this mountain, but I don't know what these people have been through. If anything, we need to prove ourselves so that we can be close to them, so that we can prove that we are friend, not foe. They have no reason to trust us, and I think the only reason we're alive is because they fear nothing in their own chambers. We need to get to their level.
We were vastly outnumbered, so that's fair.
But I've never gotten a chance to ask you, chats. Why are you here? I know it was your mountain, and I know I'd do anything for my home,
He's
but
here because you asked him to be.
Yeah, you dragged him here.
I mean, I certainly did, but
You crashed
he
our
could have.
friend's wedding and then...
He's not asking that. He's wondering why did he want to come.
I've never asked you, and I apologize that it's taken me until now to ask you why you want to free the mountain. I know why I dragged you here.
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's some sense of heritage or of some birthright that I forgot a long time ago. I don't know. I was born to the leaders of what essentially was a tribe. This mountain, long before we built stone houses and castles, was just caves and huts. We led a simple life. Not primitive, I would say. We had a very diverse culture. Well, I don't know if any of it exists, but when I was here, there were dances, and there were festivals, and there was just explosions of color everywhere. There was life on the mountain.
Sure, I mean, everybody has their history, their I guess, their clans and all of this, but why are you here?
Well, I left the mountain to save my daughter, because my wife was already dead.
I'm sorry to hear that.
The were creatures killed my wife. They took my daughter, and I ended up in a land far from this one. And all the time I was in that land, I held out hope that my daughter would be there. And she wasn't. And now that I'm back, I say to you again, I don't know. The only reason I can say is that live or die, when I heard what happened to the mountain, of its fate, that who took it over, I knew that it couldn't happen again. No one should lose their wife nailed to a tree. No one should have their children kidnapped and taken away to strange places. It can't happen again. If there's any reason I'm here, it's because I can't let it happen again to anyone else.
Are tabaxi that common? I've never seen anyone around my village before your mountain moved in.
There's other tribes. The only one I've met, and it was only once, it was a long journey to meet them, but that's when the mountain was in its old home. There were the Iron Mains. They were how do I say, barbaric. Sorry, Duke. They were quite strong-willed. They were more about fighting than diplomacy. But being Tabaxis, we got along with them well enough, and we traded a little bit. But there was a little bit of disdain because we had adopted more of a humanized society, whereas they had not. There are legends of other Tabaxi tribes that we do not know of or ever consorted with. The oldest of legends is that our original land was broken apart by a curse and spread across many, many worlds. And as far as I know, the only two civilizations that landed on this world were the Iron Mains and Snoring Mountain.
So you're from a different world?
I am not. I was born on this one. I am saying this is legend. I've seen many weird things, so I am not...
a mountain that moves is pretty weird.
I don't know how it got here, and I will say that this confirms at least the rumor that the mountain can move.
Well, thank you for the history lesson, but I don't think you're quite getting at what I'm trying to ask. Everybody has a driving force. I'm trying to free my people of the tyranny, not for want of clan or anything like that. It's a little more personal.
Yeah.
It's so my mom and dad can come home, be in their homeland. What's your personal in this?
My personal?
I understand you have a great love for your history and culture, but where's your personal gain in this? You talked about your daughter. Do you know where she went or who it was that was taken?
We asked a sage in Barovia if she was there, and they didn't know. And as far as where she went or when she went,
maybe
I don't know.
She was in Barovia. Maybe she was able to leave like you guys were. She could be.
And she could be dead by now. She could have left halfway through while I was there and just lived out the rest of her life in peace.
Or it could have been.
You're finally among your own people. I mean, even in the off chance that she may be here, maybe some of them know her name.
Or if she never made it to Barovia and she did just live and grow old, maybe her children are here. Your grandchildren.
And that would be a personal thing to fight for. It's easy to fight for land, but
And when you gave them the Katsmutsan name, they recognized it and said it wasn't said here. So maybe there are living Katsmutsans here on the mountain.
Perhaps.
You hear from a nearby table, more meek-looking Tabaxi seems to be like listening in on what you guys are talking about, and you hear just ever so slightly. What did your daughter look like?
Well, she was calico in her fur, and she had higher cheekbones. She had a certain floof to her tail, but that was when she was just a kitten. I had a vision of her once, and I don't know if it was true or a lie, but in that vision, she had a notch in her ear. And her name was Suze.
So as you're describing her and reminiscing, this yellow furred Tabaxi, very lean, he is like almost tallying what you're saying and trying to think of anyone that might match, and he's like, Nope, never heard of her.
Okay. Thank you.
Just want to know, that was some fucking fine probing, by the way.
Meanwhile, Matt's over here like...
You don't have anything about her in your backstory, just saying.
You could have asked at any time. We live together.
That's not fucking obvious.
But, like, that was good. That was good. I just want to give you props for that. That was good.
Chats.
I am looking at this person and feel like he may not be giving us all of what he knows.
Okay. you want to give me an insight check?
I am actually going to use one of my fancy new abilities here.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I am going to burn a key point to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
You're a hairy wizard.
That's dangerous. I don't want Rowan to ever know what I'm thinking.
Well, you don't know he can do any of this shit.
Oh, that's true.
You don't see anything.
Sapphire is not interested in Rowan probing her mind.
Probing lots of things. Mostly your mind. But anyway, so you just flick your hand a little bit, and you feel like the little warmth that you're used to with Key like wash over you, and you immediately, it's like a click in your mind, and you hear the very scurrying thoughts of that. I thought that she sounded familiar, but maybe not, but maybe she is. Think like someone who's on some sort of drug. Like their brain is just racing and they can't quite make up their mind on anything. So it's kind of hard to read just like hearing his thoughts.
Mhm.
It's almost just like someone shocked you with a taser gun type of thing. Like you're just all
Jumble of
Oh,
thoughts.
Yeah.
that's just a cat.
sure. So reading his thoughts, he is 100% not sure if he knows who that is or not. Like it doesn't sound familiar necessarily, but it's also like maybe it sounds familiar, but also not at the same time. Like maybe I have seen her, maybe I haven't. Like it definitely in your mind sounds familiar to someone that you have encountered, as you would have seen at least some calico tendencies in some of the fur from the same night that you were told where to find Chat.
From this person?
No, not this person.
Like
on
an
your
image?
Yeah,
kinda?
like you're drawing that image and you're like, oh, that sounds very familiar to the cloaked figure that you first talked to on your journey to find Chats.
I'm going to describe what little I was able to see of this person and see if he like that thought actually pings on him. Since I've got a little bit of time on this, and I'll ask him. I'll describe what little I know and see if that kind of piques.
So I believe it was a black cloak. She had gloves. She had like a satchel on. But she was very secretive. But you're describing like her voice and some of her tendencies. And it does start to ring bells in his head. Like, oh, I think I've seen her around, but maybe not. But maybe it was a while ago. Time's a fickle thing.
I'm gonna lean in and say, around the left eye, a heart-shaped black patch.
You wouldn't have seen her eyes.
Oh, I didn't see anything, but ask him.
And you say that, and he's like, that does sound familiar. Like in his head, he's not saying it out loud. Like he's just like thinking, yeah, that does sound familiar. And then he immediately looks at you. It's never heard of her.
Am I sensing worry that he might spend or might say too much, or is it hesitation that's keeping him from?
It's more he has no incentive to tell him any information at this point. So, I mean, you can just tell by looking at him he's a thief. Like he doesn't have a lot to his name. Like, so information is kind of their livelihood. Mm-hmm. And so just saying, do you know this person? He's probably not, like, even if you saw him 2 seconds ago, he's probably not going to tell you. Just like you get that inclination from reading his mind. And with your passive insight, you would probably be able to pick that up. Like he's a little skittish, a little like unsavory type of individual.
I will, I drop, because I have a lot of this, knowing that a tabaxi found with a lot of money is probably a bad thing, I'm going to drop 100 silver on the table in front of him and ask him, is your memory getting better?
He's not alone at the table. Just an FYI.
Okay.
So you take out a satchel and drop a bunch of coin on this table, and everyone, including Silas' attention, immediately is drawn to that table. Like, you just put catnip on that fucking table.
Yeah, it's a bad drug for us.
It wiped out, it devastated your population.
We don't, There was a third tribe. We don't talk of them.
They fell to the catnip. Anyway, so you drop this on the table and the room goes quiet.
Chats, we're not among friends. What are you doing?
They could become friends.
Or they could murder us and take all our money.
That's true.
So you throw this on the table. He immediately goes for it, and everyone at the table also goes for it. So it's just like a grasping match at this.
100 hippos.
Yeah, exactly. And they grab it, and the coins start going flying all over the table, and they're just very quickly trying to grab it out of the air and off the table, and it just turns into a clusterfuck.
Also, these people are severely oppressed and have no money to their name.
I say to you, somebody leaps over the table.
Yeah, at this point, it's starting to turn into a riot. Several of the people at nearby tables are starting to run over and try and get their
reaction I got
swipe.
when I dropped a couple of several.
Sorry, this is going bad. I think we should maybe just leave.
Sounds like a good idea.
I actually grab him by the collar.
Oh, okay.
And hold him up to the nearest wall, and I say, I will while the chaos is taking everybody's attention away, I will take this is probably a bad idea. But I'm going to take a platinum and slip it into his palm.
Okay.
And I will say, the information. We're looking for this person. I have a keen reckoning that you know who they are.
So he is so flabbergasted just looking at the money in his hand, he doesn't say anything.
Smack him, and I'll close his hand while the...
Yeah, I saw her a week or two or so ago.
Where?
She was in town.
Which town?
She was here at Shaggy Paw. We had some intel of someone skulking about, and it sounded similar to the a cloak that you were talking about. No one saw her face. But it sounds similar.
Where in town did you see her?
She was near the tavern, which is, as you would know, literally right next door, to the Fleetwood Market.
Do you have a name?
Of the tavern?
No.
Of her?
Of her.
No one got her name. She was just here and gone the next second. She just kind of popped in. The Roaring Boot is the name of the tavern, by the way. That's all I know.
Does anybody else have any questions for him?
What did she look like? Specifics.
Well, I mean, she had a black cloak, and gloves, and
was the satchel defining when I saw her?
It probably would be like a brown satchel, probably not something
brooch or markings or anything.
Yeah, she definitely would not have something unique like that. I mean, when you interacted with her, she was very nonchalant, she didn't want any information from you, type of thing. You probably can tell she didn't want to be recognized. So I mean, he would say a brown satchel. I mean, she had nice brown boots. They seemed nice. I mean, she was much more well dressed than the rest of us. She must not have been from around here. I don't know much else.
Well dressed.
Yeah, fancy clothes. No holes. And you can look at his clothes. They are shit.
Right.
So like us.
You guys have nice clothes.
Yeah, so I said so like us.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Anything unique?
I mean,
about the clothes? Embroidery, symbols, words.
I didn't see her. I just heard. I don't know.
Chats, I imagine that if she was trying not to be found, she wouldn't wear anything super identifying.
She didn't show her face.
But perhaps Rosemary can reach out to her.
Perhaps.
With the last little bit of time that I would have on detect thoughts, I'm going to probe a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So I need a wisdom save from him.
Okay.
Probe.
Natural 20.
Okay.
I'll say with that, he is like so enamored with the money, it's hard for him to focus on questions at this point.
Fair enough.
He is like just like playing with the money, like I've never seen this much money in my life.
All right, can we go now?
Do you need any other questions from him?
I can't think of any. It's chaos in here,
Mhm.
and the leadership is bearing down on us. We should just go.
Fair enough.
Let them sort it out.
I mean, Silas is just sitting on her chair, like she's just watching. She's not reacting at all. She's more just observing, but also not really caring. Like she's more interested in her knife and her coin.
Mm-hmm.
Now's a good time to get, I believe, unless you have any more questions for our friend here.
Oh, which way did you see her go?
I saw her heading out of town, I think.
Directions.
Southeast,
Southeast.
which would be towards like the where you guys would get off the mountain. Like that is where the bottleneck is.
Right. All right.
I need you to make a con saving throw.
Con?
Mm-hmm.
First it was wisdom. Now it's con. Oof, duh. That's a 7.
So you immediately feel your head start swimming,
Okay.
and you feel a little lightheaded. You reach out to Rowan, since he's probably the closest one next to you, to try and steady yourself, just so you don't fall over outright.
Mm-hmm.
After steadying yourself for a bit, you feel your body starts to ache with pain and fatigue from climbing the mountain. You remember you're not a young kitten anymore, and the climbing, like, it's really starting to get to your muscles. Like,
Make me do an arthritis roll.
basically.
Oh my god.
But realistically, like, you just scaled a mountain and you're old.
Oh no, I totally get it. Chats is older than I am in reality, and
Yeah.
I'm getting arthritis.
Yeah.
So,
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would definitely feel like fatigued.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you don't take any exhaustion at the moment, but like, you
Okay.
definitely feel like you could go for a nap.
Ugh, cat nap.
What, gay?
Huh?
What,
What?
gay?
Josh and I are just talking. It's fine.
Well, this
Shush.
is happening over here. I go and sit at the boss lady's table again.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So you sit next to Silith, and
Yeah.
she recognizes
well.
that you sit down, but she doesn't take her eyes off of her coin that she's playing with.
Is there a way for us to contact you in town when we complete the mission?
Don't any of you know how to cast sending?
Magic is not my strong point. I can, heal a little, the teleporting thing, mostly nature stuff. He punches things. He hits things with his swords.
You're like pointing across the room at this point.
He hits
There-
things with his swords. He hits things with his swords.
He's the most magical.
Sometimes he makes things blow up around him. I don't even think he understands how he does it. But in short, no.
My agents are around Tarrin. If you really need to find someone, you can find them.
Yeah, but how do I find them?
They're in the alleys and in the shops and everywhere. I mean, you just need to ask the right questions, like, are you a friend of Silith's?
That's a really direct question.
Yeah,
Direct questions work. I didn't know if there was like a code language or something.
not many people know me.
That's fair. I know you.
Because I let you know me.
Yeah, just it. I feel honored that I'm one of the not many people who know you now.
Or you could always use something like, are you of the chained ones? That's a little bit more subtle.
It does not seem subtle.
I have to agree that does not seem at all
When the fuck
subtle.
did you get here?
You
This
just
is a private conversation.
You just walked over. I mean, again,
Dude, come on! I'm having a conversation here.
It is literally fucking chaos in here.
Yeah.
I don't think anything in this place is going to be private.
correct.
Yeah. However, he is what? How heavy are you as a dragonborn?
Like 300, 400 pounds.
I'm
something
like
that.
400-ish pounds.
400 pounds of stomping dragonborn just saddles up to you, and you don't hear him.
I try to ignore.
He's very light on his scales.
Yeah. Also,
I can be.
I don't really. In my mind, I think of the two of you as like my dads that I never had, and therefore my job is to ignore both of you completely.
That makes sense. And she looks over. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. I hate my dad too. It's fine.
Oh, tell me that.
I don't actually know who my real father is.
Same.
How do you hate him if you don't know who he is?
Because he abandoned me.
I hate my father too.
Girl, please.
Not those guys. Those guys are cool, even though they got my mother killed.
But realistically, you must have someone you know that can cast sending. As you immediately get a sending message pop into your head that says, I have some bad news. It's Rosemary's voice, by the way. I can't find Clifton and Evelyn. I went out for supplies, and when I came back, they were gone.
God damn it.
I think in my head, I'm pretty sure you can hear me. I'm pretty sure you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Did you try to look for them? Did they leave a note?
I think
25.
25.
I have 4 words left.
Just speak normally because you probably don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's what I said so far, and then I go, we found some help, and I think we're gonna.
We found some, and it gets cut off.
So you see me looking around, I'm like,
Well, I think it would be, we found some help. So.
Yeah, but she was at 21.
Oh,
Yeah, she was at
okay.
21.
We found some.
so you see me looking around, and I'm still thinking after the message is done, like trying to explain what's going on.
Right.
And then I look at Silith, and I'm like, I think I do know somebody who knows sending, actually.
That'll probably be easier.
Well, she doesn't know you, but if I describe you really well, will it work?
She flips her coin to you, and she says, "That's my coin." I'm sure she can figure it out. So, it is a gold coin, but it has the eye, the symbol of the chained uprising on it.
Is this a real gold coin?
Maybe.
I'm just wondering because I feel like since you've given this to me, I should wait, and I pull out a coin and I hand one back to her.
She immediately goes for it and just starts playing with it again, like a kitten.
Yeah.
She's
it's equal trade then.
yeah, she's knocking off the table.
Yeah.
But she is enamored with it.
Equal trade then.
Yeah. Yep. Sure. Whatever. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
I put this in my pocket. Wait, I gotta put it in my
I
inventory.
like the immediate change in attitude,
She is a cat.
Yeah. We are cat people. There's a difference.
There's got to be some cat tendencies.
Yeah,
though.
she has a flaw that she likes shiny things.
Okay.
She's very enamored with shiny things.
But does she just,
I understand.
knock a flagon off the table afterwards?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Anyway, so you get that sending message, and then you send one back to her, and you don't get one back. At least not immediately.
Okay, so then after that happens, then I look at Duke and I go, I don't want to tell Rowan because he will get concerned, but Evelyn and Clifton are missing. I don't know how you want to deal with that. I'm telling you because I trust you, and I will take your lead on whatever you want to do. But Rowan might murder some bitches if he finds out that they're in danger.
Well, it's probably best we don't tell him yet.
Okay. So I start rubbing my face. As long as he doesn't ask,
I'm assuming
then...
Rosemary messaged you.
Oh yeah,
No.
she did.
Did you tell her that she should come here since she can't? Of course you didn't. What did you tell her?
Well, it was a really one-sided conversation. She didn't answer me back. I was telling her about that we found some help and about these guys, and if there were any notes or signs that Clifton and Evelyn got taken, or if they just left, and it was a really one-sided conversation. She was not very responsive to me after her initial.
Right. It sounded like you tried to cover a lot of things. You do know that you can't use too many words.
Oh, I didn't. How many words do I get?
I'm not sure of the exact number, but it is very small.
Okay, well, then she probably only got the first half where I said, "Where are they, bitch? Can you tell me?"
Where,
You better, you best not
I
be
love
telling
you,
Rowan.
bitch.
It's gone,
Ever stop
girl.
loving you,
No, I'm
bitch.
just kidding. I asked her if there were any signs of them being taken and if they left a note. If they left willingly and left a note or something. And also that we found friends. But I don't know how much of that she got. She at least got the first little bit of that. Also, why would she come here? I thought we had to go back to town because that's where Kudath is.
Could be.
It's
I guess
not
that's
could
what
be.
we're doing now.
It is be. That's not a word, but he is there. We heard him. Oh, I heard him last night.
No, it's more that could be where we go next. I mean, but we don't necessarily have to follow through on that plan.
Okay. I've told you this before. I will take your lead on whatever you want to do. What do you think the best option is?
At this point, with this place, I don't believe it is in my place to make those kinds of decisions. I may be the tactician here, but these are not my lands. And
I know that Chat's
Chats
from here,
should-
and these are his people, but they aren't his lands anymore either. He doesn't know them any more than we do at this point. It's been over 200
that's
years.
not necessarily how I meant it,
And
but
you're the tactician. You're the one who comes up with the plans, and the good plans. Chats just gets cursed objects.
okay, you know what, that's true.
That's just because I love my husband.
Yeah. That.
What?
I will have put down this gentleman by now and seen these two over by.
Or do we want Rowan to make the plans?
And
That
I'm
seems like a great idea.
going over to them and
Yes, I suppose going fast is always a great...
Speaking of fast, hi Rowan, how you doing, buddy?
we're going to a bar,
What's Finnick doing?
picking up the coins from the
Yeah,
people that
probably.
I
He
spilled.
probably joined in with like the. There's a lot of like.
But it's silver coins, so you're like, ah!
Oh yeah, so.
So you go for someone and they immediately burn your hands a little bit and you're like, oh, fuck. You're like,
Fuck,
oh,
I thought these were platinum!
Just chucks one at chat.
Okay, why are we going to a bar?
Might have a lead on his daughter.
Yes. This is what I meant by that may not be our next stage.
We'll deal with Kudath when we can.
I have a question.
Sure.
Completely unrelated. I mean, just out of the blue, just no relation to what's happened to me recently. That magic talkie spell in your head, can you just do that to anybody at any distance, anywhere?
No. I don't believe so.
Okay. Because
I know vague amounts of that
Oh, okay.
from experience.
Well, just because if Chat's daughter is alive and in the radius of the talkie spell, maybe we could just magic talkie her.
Oh, if we found out enough information,
yes, I
maybe my
believe-
cousin could speak with her. That's a good one.
Yeah, magic talkie spell. I didn't know your cousin knew how to do that at all, Rowan.
She literally told us before she left.
Did she really? Really? I didn't hear that. Nope.
Anyway,
I could stare at Chats.
I
Actually,
well,
Or not
I
do
don't.
you have any
Duke.
keepsakes of hers?
Not on me. It.
Honestly, I could have painted a portrait of your daughter at how well you described her.
Yes.
I need some more paints. I need any paints at all, in that fact, to be able to do it.
Oh,
and the ability to paint.
You know what? This is...
We.
Wait,
Did you give any to
wait.
Celeste?
Do you really want me to paint a picture?
Well, okay. Here's the thing: is
I
I don't know the bounds of this sending spell, but I know that
the magic talkie spell?
yes, the magic talkie
I gotta write that
spell.
down, magic talkie spell. I'm taking notes with handwriting because we need to be able to understand that I can't read my writing.
Right.
Magic talkie spell.
The magic talkie spell. Your mother knew.
Oh.
Yeah.
She knew a magic talkie spell and she never magic talkied me once.
I'm sure there are limitations. We were in a literal
forgot you existed.
separate plane.
Well, that's it. I don't know what the limitations are. We tried to send a magic talkie spell, and we got nothing. So,
But we were on an entirely another plane. Maybe it would work now.
we can certainly try.
I'm not super versed with these magics, but experimentation?
Fine. We have to go kill Kudath anyway, it seems. One way or another. We all want to kill him, yeah? I want to kill him. I think Rowan does.
I think Rowan's afraid of him. No offense, Rowan.
Well, Rowan maybe wants to hurt him really bad, but I am willing to kill him for you.
Well, as they say, third time's the charm.
Evelyn?
Oh, God, I can never remember her name.
We'll cross that bridge. when we
Dead
get
Weight, I
there.
believe, is her middle name.
Oh. Her husband died. By her own hand.
Yeah.
Did you give any keepsakes you might have of your daughter
Change the
to
color
Celeste?
of my pen.
No,
and I just keep doing
when
it.
I left Snoring Mountain with the band of tabaxis that left with me, we had nothing but the scant armor and arms that we could gather. That was it. I didn't take keepsakes from home. I thought I would be returning by nightfall, if not by the next day.
Okay, well, good news. I did have some drawing lessons as a child. 5 sessions, and then I punched the instructor in the face, but that's beside the point. I could maybe draw a picture of your daughter if you described her in detail.
I'm
How about we do this in a
little
bar?
concerned about how that picture will come out, but sure.
Look, I have some...
You said that...
I take Chats and Sapphire and start pushing
Wait,
them towards the door.
Nope.
Where are we going to? On this mountain where we won't be immediately seen as outsiders.
Next door.
Next door.
There's not a lot of people here.
There's not a lot of bars here.
You would have seen this from last session. When you guys came over to this part of town, there was no lights on or anything in the bar. Like there's windows. It looked pretty barren, pretty quiet in there because it's midday.
Maybe there's like a tabaxi in there, though, that can give us some information.
Oh, there's got to be a bartender or bar back or...
I'm
Cook.
not sure that there's even anyone at all in there. There was literal bodies in the upstairs. This place is probably fairly ghost towny. That sounded weird when I said it, but you know what I meant.
I go back to what's her name again?
Silas?
Silent. And I say, the bar next door. Is there anybody in it this time of day?
She looks up at you from her coin that she just got, and she's like, "What? No. Why? Why would there be?"
Who normally runs it?
Lafont.
And where is he?
He is probably up on the mountain. They take any able-bodied people they can. Obviously, we hide here, but he's not allowed to be in his establishment alone.
They take him where?
They take him... She looks at you like you are crazy. Like, how the fuck do you not know this? And she's like, they take all the able-bodied people and take them up to mine on the mountain.
Actually, that...
They take them to Thorfax,
Thorfax.
which is the other city on the mountain, not under Felix. Which you would know is a mining town.
It was the core of industry when I was here.
Actually, that kind of works out. Because if there's no one really here, because all the able bodies are gone, she would have a place to hide out during the day.
Perhaps.
We need to go look now.
What part of...
Thank you for your time.
So, real quick,
Yes.
what are they mining over there? Is the Jetma mine still open?
I don't know. I don't go there.
Well, you seem to know everything.
I just know that no one's going to be in town other than feeble old people and children.
Could I have insight check that she doesn't know?
Feel free.
Yeah.
I thought that that
I
gentleman
thought
that
that was gonna
Rowan just
go.
harassed said that he saw the girl leaving town.
7. That's nothing.
Yeah, she's pretty hard to read.
And that then they saw her, it was weeks ago.
Right.
She might be
They saw
hiding
her
out in the bar.
leaving town
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
They saw her leaving town weeks ago and haven't seen her since then.
Yeah.
Why would she still be here? Rowan saw
Because
her.
if she is... Clearly she's good at not being seen, being inconspicuous.
How long ago
She
was it when
could
you
come
saw
and
her?
go.
Months.
I think our best bet is to just try and reach out to her directly.
Well, you try that, and then we'll go next door real quick.
Yeah, you stay here, do your thing.
What thing?
We'll
I
go
can't do the
look.
magic talkie spell. We need Rowan's cousin for the magic talkie spell.
You're
Then we
drawing.
need to go back to town.
I can't just draw. I don't have any paint.
Okay.
We check the tavern first, and then we go back to town.
Okay, that's
Yes,
fair.
that is fine. Let's just get out of here. They're still squabbling over those coins. Come on.
Okay. So,
I really
Finnick, put
want
down the
to
silver. You know it's bad for you.
as you hear, it's just like,
Finnick, are you out of money?
You have gone nowhere to
roll
spend
persuasion.
Or deception.
No, he's persuading her. He's not deceiving her. He's begging for money. He's persuading.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't say out loud.
Well,
that
she asked, though, you have no money?
he didn't say anything to deceive her with.
Just kind of put his hands out.
What'd you roll?
4.
Yeah. You're not sure if he has money or not. He hasn't answered you, but you're not sure. He's not super convincing.
I haven't seen you spend any money. We haven't gone anywhere to spend any money. That silver hurts you. You shouldn't touch it. Are your hands okay? Let me see your hands. Let me drop the silver. Let me see your hands. Oh yeah, there's definitely burns all over those.
Money would make it better.
I don't think that money would, because money is dirty.
It's
good. No,
cool.
but money is dirty.
It
It's
would
going to
be
give you an
cool on my
infection.
little-
I put some salve on your hands.
It smells potent.
That should help you heal.
Here's
Like-
some aloe.
Yeah.
It's the leftover runoff of the pemmican that.
Oh, definitely has some yeast in it.
Animal fat.
Yeah.
Just lube.
Ugh.
Ugh.
So you guys start making your way out of this, down this hallway, past the door with many locks, and you guys are in the basement. You guys know the stairs up would take you to the back double doors that go down into the cellar. Are you just heading up?
I'll head out first.
Okay.
Just to kind of make sure that there's no patrols around the area.
Yep. So, I mean, you are coming from the back of the building, so you would probably guess that there probably isn't a lot of patrols coming back here, but you...
Just double checking.
Yep. You open the double doors ever so slightly and, look around quick. Give me a perception check.
No, not you. You were rolling poor earlier. And you're not rolling much better. 13.
So you're glancing about. You don't see, paths or anything back here. It doesn't seem like it's very well traveled.
I'm just looking for active,
Yep.
body movement.
You don't see any creatures or anything back here at the moment.
I'll motion everybody up from the stairs, and then, since it's across the street, I'm gonna go peek.
It's next door. It's
just like alleyway to alleyway?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense.
So, I mean, you come out of these double doors, and I mean, you see directly to your right the building of the Roaring Boot. There would be a single door on the back, but there's no windows or anything on the sides. You saw from the front there is a set of double paned windows with a door. I don't remember who peeked in previously, but someone peeked in previously. So you'd see at least the outside and some of the interior from the front.
If there's a back door, we should take it.
So you peek out from the double doors. There is that. Yeah, sure, we can break now. That's fine. Thanks for tuning in to Campaigns of the Plains channel. Catch new material every Friday on YouTube and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Now, on with the show.
So loud.
Welcome back from our break. We will pick up right as you guys were leaving the basement of the Fleetwood Marketplace, and you saw the door on the back of the Roaring Boot that you guys were going to investigate.
I'll give it a try. Is it locked?
It is indeed locked.
Chats, would you kindly?
I will definitely try.
Please tell me that was a reference.
But
Yes.
first, maybe you should do your thing.
Oh,
The thing you normally do, where you look around the door. I mean, I don't know.
I'll leave it to the DM because I already rolled, but...
You didn't tell me what you were rolling for.
Okay. So, you want me to check for traps?
Well, we just don't know.
They are kind of shady.
Let me just walk through the door.
The thieves are right next door, so I don't know what they've done to this building, and I'd rather not.
You want me to just walk through the door?
Oh,
No, because we don't know what's on the other
We
side.
didn't know what was on
Sure,
the other side
I'll-
of the big
I'll
door
check
either.
for
You need to
traps.
stop doing that.
Why?
Go ahead, investigation.
You worried about me rolling?
16?
So you do a thorough inspection of the door and its surroundings, and you do not find anything suspicious.
Unlock. That is... 33.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So quite easily, this is not a difficult lock compared to the door in the basement. Is cakewalk in comparison. Yeah, you pretty easily unlock this door, and it effortlessly flies open.
Okay. Alright, well, when it flies open, what do we see, DM? Paint us a word picture.
Yes. So, back here, this is like a storage room area. It's not very big. You would find lots of shelves of various kegs and wines and what looks like cooking materials. There is just a doorway. There's not a door or anything, just a doorway that leads to what looks like the back of the bar area. It seems pretty desolate. There doesn't seem to be any noises or anything coming from the building.
Remind me, what were we looking for here?
You got her.
I don't really know, because there's no one here
Or
for
any
us to
sign of
question.
her. I mean,
Okay, well,
if she left a cloak or something, I mean, my cousin could use that to try to communicate with her.
true. Do you think she would have left evidence of her being here, though?
She had to leave quickly.
Fine, so I guess I'll inspect this storage room for anything out of place.
Okay, give me an investigation.
I'm going into the actual bar.
Okay, sounds good. So you start making your way in a bit. Like I said, this is like where the barkeep would be. To the right, there's probably a small little kitchen area. I mean, there would be a shelf to the bottom where they would keep mugs and whatnot for the ale. And past the bar, there's just empty tables. They look like cleaned, like they are ready for customers, but it is currently empty in here. There isn't a second floor that you can see, though.
With a natural 20, that would be a 30 for my investigation of this room. This has been your ASMR experience.
Anyway, so you effortlessly
Those are
check.
separate tracks, so I can cut your shit out.
Sure. You effortlessly pick through everything that's in this room. Unfortunately, you don't find anything of value or anything out of place. It seems like things aren't like perfectly set or anything, but like nothing's like skewed and completely out of the norm or anything. Like, look here, pointing arrows. No, none of that's here. Sorry, honey.
No, it's fine.
That's what I
It
was
was
thinking,
a
actually.
perfect check for the wrong place.
Yes.
I'm looking behind the counter to see if there's maybe there's a lost and found.
Give me investigation.
All right. Let's see if the yellow one's gonna do me dirty. Not much. Okay. It's a whole 10.
So you're digging around in the back. You do find a box of what looks like various types of clothes that have been left. Like, some of them are, like, tattered looking gloves. Some of them are, like a nicer hat, like a, not like a top hat. Like
Pork pie.
Like a what?
Like the newsboy, like the newsy cap.
Yeah, like they're nothing fancy. Definitely like pretty worn, pretty tattered stuff. There's nothing of real value here. You don't recognize any of these items being things that have been described as being on Seuss's body, if that makes sense. I mean, some of these could be women's clothes. Like some of them are like a dark green that could be like a cloak of some sort, but it doesn't recognize. You don't associate those two necessarily. But she could have worn it in theory.
I'll come out from the back and say, I flipped the whole thing. Nothing here.
I dump the clothes out onto the ground, and I will say, I'm going to ask you an odd question, just because I can do it, and I don't know if you can or not. There's no good way to say it, but do you... Now, don't take this the wrong way, okay?
I am waiting with bated breath.
It's the worst way to start.
Are
Are you able to discern your daughter's scent from anything else?
It's not a dog.
So racist.
Listen, it's something that I can do.
Well,
You definitely all smell differently.
thanks.
Yes, they do.
That's how we tracked you folks through the forest.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was within your abilities or not.
I have no extra sense other than my ability to see deep into the dark.
Well, you sniffed his daughter once. Could you sniff her out?
I don't even know if that was his daughter.
Well, that's what we're potentially looking for, so...
I'll look through the clothing and see if there's anything remotely, like, triggering to me that I might think could be weird.
I mean, so you're digging through the clothes. I mean, some of them would fit a Tabaxi's build. I mean, this is a Tabaxi town, so it's not unheard of. You don't find this, like, with your passive investigation, you wouldn't find, like, a calico-looking fur that's stuck on any of these clothes. Like, you're not going to find anything like that.
Right.
But, like I said, you might find, like, a pair of women's gloves or some tattered old boots that, again, she could have worn, but you have no idea, being as you don't know what she really size-wise is like. You just have
Chad's a question.
Yeah.
he hasn't seen her in
You said mother
years.
reached out to your daughter once?
Yes.
Unsuccessfully?
Yes.
How did she know who she was reaching out to if she'd never met her?
I described her.
Can you not just do that again?
I can definitely try and describe her to his cousin and see if that works again. Again, Celeste never connected with anyone.
It's been so long since Chats has seen his daughter, I don't know if that is going to be enough to...
Like Duke said, it could have been the distance between the lands we were in. Or it could be that when people grow, they change. And perhaps the daughter I know is not the daughter that is.
Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to find her in this bar.
Could I scan the room and see? Oh.
DM Kitty.
Dem kitty.
Dem kitty, yes.
Damn titty.
Yeah.
Could I scan the bar and see if there's like anything hidden or secret in here? Trapdoors, movable walls, things like that.
Sure, go ahead and give me
Cubby spaces.
investigation, yes.
While he does that, would I have been close enough to get a faint smell off of her when...
I will say you tried, and it was weird. She didn't smell like anything. Like, you definitely were like, I want to know more about this person because she seems mysterious. And you probably would have encountered something similar to this before, but there are magical means of hiding such things.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably gather that something like that is what happens. As you would have had experience, and you would know it's weird to not get smells from people. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's what you would get.
Perfect. I have a new TikTok video.
And there you go. That's what you would have gotten from her.
Yeah.
DM Kitty, you knocked your screen over. Now I know your roles.
Oh no.
If indeed the woman that I met was your daughter, I will say as he's like
Searching around the room,
and I'm nose deep in these clothes.
Oh
What a good picture that is.
Video. I'm good. I got the TikToks.
Anyway, I will say if indeed she was your daughter, she was definitely trying to hide her appearance, not just her appearance, but also her scent. So she may have been being followed or just didn't want to be seen at all.
And I look around with a 13.
You don't find any secret anything in here.
What are you looking for?
Anything, really?
You have that nifty wand, I mean...
It's true. With that, I will pull out my wand and just flick it and see if anything turns up.
Talked him into doing it today.
Yeah!
And as I'm flicking it absentmindedly, I'll say, well, if her fate is as I think it was, she was taken to an unbearable land, and she's had to survive on her own all this time. I'm certain she would have developed some skills to keep her identity secret, especially considering from whom she descended.
Fair enough, but I mean, even if we had something small to go on, I've given even less to Finnick, and he found you, so...
That's true, but I wasn't trying to hide myself. I had nothing to hide.
It's fair, but...
So
as I'm saying...
You pull out the wand, and normally when you flick it and you use a charge, it scans the room, and if there is something, it directly points at it. You do this, and it scans the room, and does not point at anything.
The wand's not picking up anything.
Because it's just a bar.
It was worth a shot at the very least.
In a small town full of...
It points directly at you, because there's a locked part of your heart.
Oh.
Oh.
But is there a secret entrance? Oh.
Probably.
Catnip.
Yes, catnip. A secret drug for all cats.
Anyway, well, there's nothing here.
I tried.
I appreciate that.
We should go back to town. I feel like it's very important that we go to town to see Rosemary right now.
Well, I mean, we do have to deal with Kudat. I agree.
Yes. I maintain my stance that though we did rile up the Tabaxi down in the basement, our ultimate fate lies back in the human town.
Tarrin.
Yes, the human town.
So
old habits die hard. Anyway,
we came here looking for allies, and we found none. Tentatively, they will help us if we killed Huda.
This is the way of the world. You don't just go out and make friends. Trust is earned in this world.
Yes.
The only reason I trusted you is because you knew so much of my past to begin with. I trusted that if you knew that much, then something greater had sent you my way. Anyway.
Well, we do know that the entrance to the road, the easier way down, is a little less patrolled right now. It might be the quickest way back into town.
Potentially.
What, straight out the front entrance?
Close enough to it. I mean, we could scale down the rest of the mountain.
I thought the easiest place to scale the mountain was terraces.
Well, the terraces are on the south side of the mountain, and the city's slightly to the east. Right? Southeast?
The terrace. So you guys are on the west side of the mountain currently.
Mm-hmm.
Tarrin is south of the mountain.
Okay.
And the southern portion is where the exit is from the mountain. You guys came on the western portion, and Shaggy Paw is right there.
Okay.
There is like portions of the mountain that come around to where the entrance is. It's pretty sheer cliff is the thing. So like you could probably do it just fine. The rest of your compatriots might have some difficulty.
I mean, if I can get down... why did I go Australian? Ireland.
Oi, if I could get down.
I could just jump.
Please stop jumping.
Well, I can
Why?
climb.
Well,
I don't understand.
if I go down, I have...
fine.
I have... Relax. I have pittance that I could use on the way down. A little bit of rope. Makes it safe for everyone.
I'll just jump.
Indeed.
Stop.
I don't understand. It's completely safe for me to do that.
Save your abilities for when we deal with Kudath.
Are we going to deal with Kudath tonight?
There's a good chance. It's still fairly early within the day.
It's probably getting to around
there's more pressing
5.
matters that we need to deal with when we get into town.
Well,
Like what?
Finding Chatz's daughter. Clearly.
Why would she be
we
in
don't
town?
even know if she's alive or is it some
And we don't
look-alike.
know. We don't know how things have been for your cousin since we've been gone. She went shopping for us. She could be in danger. You never know.
She shouldn't be in danger in the town. Nobody knows that she's my cousin.
That's true. I just
anyway.
think that it's very important that we go and visit your cousin when we get back to town.
Listen, I know you have a slight crush on her.
No,
It's understandable.
no. That's no.
It's fine.
Duke,
Okay,
it's important for
Lil.
us to go back to see Rowan's cousin, right?
I'm not helping you out of this.
Out of what?
Oh my god,
I think it's hilarious.
it's not hilarious, Duke.
What's hilarious?
It's
It's
hilarious.
not hilarious. It's bad.
What's
Why
bad?
are you not worried?
Worried about what?
Rosemary, of course.
Why should we be
I
worried
just
about
start
Rosemary?
getting really anxious and bouncing up and down and not looking at you in the eye.
I mean, your passive insight would know that she's hiding something.
Why did I even talk? I was doing fine.
Yeah.
Why did I even talk, Duke?
I
What
don't
are you
know.
hiding?
Nothing.
That's a bold-faced lie, and you
You're
know
a
it.
bold-faced lie. Fly.
Don't make me do it.
Do what? Don't you touch me with your weird aura shit. I will punch you. Not very strong, but I'll do it.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
my gods.
Anyways,
I have just touched my paw upon my homeland, and now I must immediately leave it so that I may prove to my kinsmen that I am who I say I am, or at the very least, that I mean what I say, and you two are fighting over a potential girlfriend.
What?
And
Okay, first of all, Rowan
whether or
can't
not you
date
should
his
read
cousin.
someone's mind.
That is really weird. Why would you think Rowan
You don't
would
know he can
date
do
his
that.
cousin?
Well, okay. And whatever you are,
Okay,
and
that's fair.
I don't understand what's going on, but here is my feelings as we've gone up the terrace. It is a hard trek. I am very achy.
Oh, all right. Do you have joint pain? Do you need?
I'm just
like a
checking
cell?
off boxes to make sure I know exactly what I can expect. Keep going, because these are your lands.
You're right, Chad.
Am I up for evaluation?
No, not for you.
Chad,
More for me.
I think you're right. We've just set foot in your homeland. You haven't been here in generations. We should go and visit the other towns.
We kind of have a pressing matter, don't you think?
Yes, I know we do, Rowan. It's very important for us to go and see Rosemary.
We
and
definitely
kill
need.
Kudath.
It helps if you don't explicitly state names.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm really bad
What?
at not talking.
Whatever.
We-
Let's go to
No, I
town.
keep-
We will definitely see the other towns, Thorfax and Under Felix. But for right now, all I would like to do is to continue to appease the generation of tabaxis that have led of resistance that stands some chance against the oppressors of my people.
You ever think that these rebellious people, they're nothing more than thieves? You
They have
think
to
that
be.
Maybe they're asking us to kill Kudath for a different reason.
They could be. I
I was told not to trust people so blindly, so I'm just,
Oh, believe me, I don't trust.
What?
You easily trusted the woman down there.
Well, that's just because she was friendly. And also, it's easier to be friendly to somebody even if you don't trust them than to make them know and understand that you don't trust them.
Good save. Anyway, here's the caution I will provide.
I trusted you right away when I met you too, but that's just because
That was dumb.
you're
Anyway,
my friend now. You're both my friends now. That's why I trusted you right away. I knew that we would be good friends.
Anyway,
I wanted to let Chats make the final call on this because ultimately, even though it's been generations past, he's still of our whatever this is, the current reigning authority
He's not.
of those of us. Absolutely.
No, I thought it was you.
Of these lands, I know nothing about a mountain that moves.
That's fair. Neither does Chats. Sorry,
I thought it
Chats.
was Rowan. I thought Rowan
I mean, you know the landscape, but you don't know
I don't
why
know
it
anything
moves,
about this
so we
mountain.
all
I've
know
never
about
been
the
on
same
it before now.
I
Yeah,
do
I'm
not
speaking
know
specifically
why
of
it
mountains.
moves.
Oh,
I
I
only
thought
have
you were
lore.
Oh, Tarrin's fine, but anything else?
Well, regardless,
I feel like we're arguing about dumb things. Can we go back to town? People are in danger.
The point I'm trying to make here is
People. Everyone that gets in Kudath's way is in danger.
Roll me
Anyway.
deception. Yeah, deception. You don't, because you don't know that for a fact.
I don't. Wait, I have it on here. Deception. I'm the worst person to keep anything a secret.
Yeah, she rolled a
16.
disadvantage, but she's bad at it.
Yeah, because they're suspicious of you. We'll do it at disadvantage, yes.
7.
Doesn't matter because her 16 doesn't beat my pass.
Right. Yeah, 7. So she's clearly lying. Like, she is shaking. She is having difficulty.
I'm not making eye contact.
Yeah,
I keep
like-
looking at Duke nervously.
Yep. Very obvious she's lying.
Are you in control? Like, are you in
Just
trouble?
spit it out.
What? I'm not eating anything.
Anyway, as I was
I'm
saying,
not arguing with you anymore.
That's good.
here's the
It's not
caution.
fun arguing with you.
The caution I have. We came here looking for people that could help us deal with the problem. Those people that we came to ask to help are asking us to take care of the problem. Therefore, we've wasted our time coming to them.
Well, actually,
Do we bother
But act-
wasting further time
He
with
held the finger.
those issues, or do we find another path? Because we clearly did not see a right way to handle that, which is why we came here looking for help.
Duke,
So do we press on, bypassing them, or do we just go ahead and try and take care of that situation that led us here in the
No.
first place?
now that's a lot of statements, but I will follow up with Kudath is the current problem, but he is not the biggest problem. There are generals above him, and we will need their help eventually. Now, if you have a better suggestion on what we should do, I will do whatever it is that you ask. But I don't see any other way to get past the Kudath point for more help in the future than to do this.
Normally I think this is wrong, but one other option is to remove other barriers. Namely, the one that wants us to go and run an errand.
If we killed her, we would not get their help.
Those?
Although, I will say, they do seem very money-oriented.
Precisely. And again, it's not something I typically would suggest. But we need to bring more considerations to this table.
I'm not okay with harming.
I'm not saying harm.
No, he's saying bribe. Pay them for their help.
Excuse me. I don't see pointy ears or whiskers or tails on any of you. I would like to speak on behalf of my own people,
Which is
if you don't mind.
precisely why I stated it's your final decision. I'm giving you my caution.
Duly noted. So, I think, yes, I do not trust this young Tabaxi. She looked young. Silith.
She is young.
She runs a den of thieves. Those who have, yes, broken their chains and hid underground from the eyes of their oppressors, and I admire that. I think there's great strength in that, but do I trust her? No. She reminds me of many things I became to survive. She can't be trusted until...
Look, I think we all understand that we can't trust her,
Okay.
but do we do what they tasked us with, or do we find another way? Now, I would like to point out that we came here looking for help because we did not want to face Kudath alone, and that is what we've just been tasked with.
It's true.
She did tell you that if you did do the task, she would help you getting onto the mountain. She knew of ways to get around. So she had more than just do a thing. It was do a thing and you'll get
That's what I
help.
said. Their help will be very useful after Kudath's death, too, because Kudath is not the only ruling figure on this mountain. But we don't even know if we can take him on our own.
Well, the only one who's ever taken him on is Rowan over there.
I'm not the
But
only
he's
one.
only ever taken him by himself. He is one, we are 5. There is a difference in numbers.
He's not going to be by himself.
No, if we play it wrong. We don't want to take on Kudath when he is surrounded by God. I think if we are to do this, it would have to be at night.
Rowan, do you know if there's a place in town where he stays when he isn't on the mountain?
All I know is he visits the fighting pit. That's it. But I don't
Could
know.
be the first step, following him and seeing where he lays his head at night.
It's probably on the mountain.
But with all these attacks, keeping
might be
the
staying
city
in town.
He's
isolated,
probably staying in one of the barracks or even on the wall itself. He's gonna be surrounded.
yes.
So will we use US bait to get him out?
I'm fine with that.
So
Make Rowan challenge a rematch.
if we can get him isolated,
He will come with people if we ask, if we do it that way, but it'll be better than being in the fighting pit.
then we need to build our own fighting pit. One with traps, ones that can take out any of his support. We need the home field advantage. We need to build a home field somewhere where we are comfortable, like we are at home, in a field where we have control over the circumstances.
Wait,
What
you
about
want to
this?
fight him in a field?
At the fighting pit, when we got out, we took the trapdoor. I don't think anybody of his kind knew about the trapdoor, because they didn't follow us.
It's true.
They only know the one stairwell, and if we rigged it to cave in or to go, and nobody else could come in,
So trap him in the fighting pit. That could work.
Well, I will let you boys plan that because
well, let's head down the mountain.
I'm good at fighting,
And
not
see.
at planning.
Let's see what's going on in the town first.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Yes, let's try and get back before sundown, before the monstrosities return.
So we go towards town.
What direction are you going? Are you going towards the checkpoint where, with the guards? Are you trying to go back where you came? Go up the terrace?
It could be worth our time to try and pass through the checkpoint to see what kind of resistance we will face.
We can at least see who's there.
Yes. Even if we scope it out from afar, and if we decide it's not worth it, we take a different path towards the terraces and climb down.
I agree.
Anyone else oppose?
As I've said, I'm leaving this to you.
I'm not opposed.
You have used your levitate for the day, so you will have to actually climb.
Or I can just jump off the mountain.
Okay.
Because you have...
I have the Misty Step or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that game-breaking thing I forgot about. Yep.
Game-breaking thing.
You literally plummet hundreds of feet, and then you just
Yeah, I mean,
teleport.
it's uses spell slots, so.
I understand. You're using... yeah, I understand. It's just...
Alright, so yeah,
Anyway.
I think we'll head to the checkpoint, at
Okay.
least as far as we can get without being spotted.
So, you start making your way out of town. It's pretty desolate, so it's not hard. But you can see from quite a ways away the
We
checkpoint.
should have asked our new friend if they had any secret ways off.
We
the
already
mountain that
did.
We could have taken. Did we?
Yes. They said no.
Chat test.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
I know you don't.
So from afar you
I
can
really only just listened to Duke and Finnick, so.
I can debate that too. Anyway,
from afar you two would immediately see, being as you're very high perceptions, there are two small towers that look like they have archers on top, and they look like they're small little think like a guard station at, like, I don't know, Universal Studios or something. Like, they just have like a guy sitting in there with, you know, glass around it. There's probably not glass.
Right.
But they just seem to be staying there, waiting for anyone to approach, and there'd be one on each side. So there's probably about 4 guards total. The opening is probably 20, 30 feet, not huge, but enough to get carts in and out, and obviously have to stop at this checkpoint. There's no like gate or anything. It's not that heavily guarded. You can definitely tell, like, people seem to be on edge, just from afar. Like, people seem to, like, the archers are, like, 360 looking around, like, keeping an eye out, but, I mean, you guys are super far off. There's no way they'd see you or take you as a hostile force or something.
Yeah.
So.
There's no like cliffside that goes like basically like right next to the city, is there?
No, there's like a open field for a good like 100 feet between the edge of the city and where the ring around goes. I mean, there's tall grass because it is spring, so I mean, you can hide in that potentially, like you guys previously did, the first time you came here. So it's a possibility.
All of the forces from the night prior were stationed on the southwest side, I believe, the southwest gate, right? Because that was the one facing the forest.
That's the western gate, yes.
Western gate.
Yep. That's the one you guys helped defend. Yep, that was the western gate.
And we're closer to
the northern gate of the city. Northern gate of the city, yes.
Okay. Just for flavor. So as we're leaving Shaggy Paw, we would have passed through like plains and fields, the valley between the two peaks. If we followed the road.
In theory, yeah.
How do the snowdrop fields look?
They look pretty sad. Because you know them as a lush field of dozens of hundreds of white flowers, which is the snowdrop flowers that they are named after. They definitely look like they are flattened, and abused, and not like potentially camps are set up on them frequently, and not a lot is allowed to grow on them, as they are kind of prime space. But there's currently nothing here now.
I say, what do you think? Should we try and... I mean, this is the unusual motley crew to pass through the gates. I mean, these two could probably shift and pass for werefolk, maybe, but the rest of
Rowan
us...
doesn't look anything like a werefolk.
Well,
Finnick is a werefolk, so...
Well, if he grew like claws and fangs, maybe he could...
Most of the creatures are always shifted.
Well, I'm sure you could bluff your way through with something like that.
Not quite that hairy.
Well, I think you're not thinking outside the box, but... Anyway, I
mean, you've seen him shift before. He has more feline tendencies, if anything.
Yeah.
Not nearly as like were-tiger feline, more like tabaxi. Closer.
Well, still, even with just one were-person in our midst, I don't know. I don't know how they'll react to us being on the mountain.
Well,
even if we're leaving.
They didn't let us on the mountain.
It's true.
So, I mean, there's different guards posted at different times of the day, I'm sure, but we've only been on the mountain for a couple of hours.
So maybe we find a different path?
I mean, it's up to you. What you think?
I think it's safer.
Yeah. I mean, guard at the gate was bought awfully easy. Do you think
that
we
was
couldn't
just getting out of Tarrin, though? This is getting off the mountain.
But...
Doesn't really seem like they let anyone on the mountain but their own kind.
And yet...
But who are they to care that we leave the mountain?
I think that's a bad idea. But I'll do whatever seems right.
At the very least, we get shot at as we're running away. And
that sounds fantastic.
Well, thinking long term, we'll just have to sneak onto the mountain again, which we've done successfully. You've done successfully twice.
But that's because I don't believe that anyone is trying to sneak on the mountain. But as soon as they see us fleeing it, they might up their guard.
Perhaps, but many of their guard are still in Tarrin, guarding it.
That's a lot of perhapses, and not a lot of certainty.
You do remember that the gate to Tarrin is also closed the last time you were there. So, like, in theory, you run off the mountain, you try and immediately get into Tarrin, they'd be within eye shot of each other. So, I mean, it might be difficult to get into Tarrin if you're being chased by fellow guards.
True.
Or we could just rappel down the side of the mountain.
Let's just go find a spot on the terraces or the cliffs and rappel down.
It's gonna work some bad muscles on your body, right? I mean, you're already feeling the climb up here.
I'll be fine.
You sure?
You're looking kind of tired, Chats. Are you okay?
I haven't come this far to give up now. I will be fine. I will tend to my own muscles, thank you.
Well, I mean, and I point down the cliff from where we're at. We could literally go down the mountain if we repelled. And take the grass over to the wall.
Yes, we can. So, if you would like to anchor ropes, that'd be fine. With that, I'm sure my climbing will be enough. I will dig my claws in.
So the bowl wall that is keeping it in, keeping you like the city in, you'd have to climb that wall, which is pretty steep, and then rappel down the other side. It's not nearly as tall as the terrace, so it probably would be less effort, but it would be out in the open. So.
But once we got down, it would be in the grass, right? We'd use the grass to approach the city?
To approach Tarrin? Yeah. You do know that is where the patrols do run around the outside of the mountain, but in theory you could do similar to what you did before and get in between some of the
we did
patrols.
It before. I think let's just try a similar path from where we came, and we'll just climb the terraces, and then once we get to Tarn, we'll handle that.
So we're going back to the terraces.
Yeah, we'll trudge back up just a little bit, get an eye shot of these towers, and
okie dokie.
We don't have to go all the way up.
No, we just need to get to a point where we can't be seen and climb down, and then we're fine.
All right.
Easy peasy.
So we're going back to the terraces after walking up to the entrance so that we can climb down? Is that...
Well, now we know what is guarding the entrance of the mountain.
All right, so let's head back
I see
there.
this as an exploratory
We
mission.
did already, though, because you approached the mountain when we first got here to look at the guards. And Finnick and I scoped it out before we snuck on the mountain the first time.
Well,
circumstances have changed.
Also, they likely would have had a god change by now, so this gives us multiple time windows to see what they do.
All right.
Well, maybe it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this.
I'm just reminding you of something that we did. You remember you changed your armor to look like the guard armor, and then you ran away, and then Finnick chased after you.
Yes, I do remember that. I only saw a peak of the mountain, though. I didn't get to the mountain. If you do remember.
Well, I wasn't there. That's just what I remember being told.
Well...
Why? He's my friend.
You don't know not to trust him?
I have a tentative trust.
Didn't you tell me that Finnick had a crush on me, and now you're telling me not to trust him? I'm getting mixed signals from him.
But, if you're good for each other,
I don't understand what that means.
Rowan definitely hears all of this.
You two seem to connect.
That's because
I don't want to hear any of this, and I take off and start walking to the terraces.
Okay.
So Finnick doesn't have good hearing.
So the three of you start walking. Are you guys following?
I just look at Chats. Does Finnick have good hearing too?
I turn away.
Oh, that's a no. Look at Finnick. Hey.
his ears are moving around. Okay, so if you guys are planning on basically going back the way you came, we'll do similar athletics checks. Obviously, you don't need to, because monk.
Shit.
But
Monk
you...
Can you monk shit down the side of the
Yes.
mountain
Yes.
with somebody?
No.
No. But I can take the rope with me.
Mm-hmm.
Seems fair.
I will do it since we gotta go up first, right?
Yep. You gotta go up the terraces and then make it to the top, and then
Is
keep
it
going.
is it about 50 feet? Less than?
It's more than 50 to get to the very, very top.
Well, wherever we're planning on dropping down from.
Are you going to the top and then going south to the very edge, and then you're gonna drop down from there? Is that the idea?
I think we're just doing basically the reverse of what we,
Oh, okay.
right?
So it would be up a set of stairs to the plateau, and then down the set of stairs.
About how much is that,
It's
height-wise?
probably around 150 feet, I think. What does the map say, honey?
I don't
Do you remember? I will pull up the map quick, and we can look at, because I know you gave it numbers.
I'm gonna start taking rope from folks.
Do.
Whatever,
You did not give it numbers on here.
rope
What
for the
fuck, honey?
poor, rope for the poor, rope to make it easier on
Oh,
going
yeah, I
up
got
the
some rope.
steps.
I guess the way I was thinking in the map in my head is that there's the entrance here where the valley kind of empties, right?
Yep.
And then that's where it expands into the higher lands where you have the small peak and then the snoring mountain peak.
Yes.
And so then
We-
we are coming down from over here from the small peak from Shaggy Paw, and then we stop, see the base over here, and then we're like, oh, and then come over here just a little bit. So yes, we are kind of coming like back the way we came, but maybe not all the way over the peak, I guess.
Okay. So you're trying to, like, cut a corner a little bit to try and
Yeah, it's
make,
not like we're
make it a little bit easier on yourselves.
not like we're backtracking through Shaggy Paw and then back over the caldera and over the other side of the mountain. We are just trying to cut a direction that is away from the eyesight of these guards.
Okay. So the other side won't have the staircase as easy. So it will be a little bit harder. It's just sheer cliff face. So it'll be a little harder for you guys to climb down. Well, most of you, not all of you, but most of you. So that will increase the difficulty a little bit,
Everyone's going down with ropes and pittons.
but that potentially will help. So, go ahead, everybody, including you. Do you have a climbing kit?
No. That's why I was just going to jump off the mountain.
I'm going up first, and then I will throw down some rope
Okay.
to make it easier on everyone.
I will say that it makes it possible for you to do it then, because you can't just climb just because. You need you need equipment of some sort.
Yeah, I'll throw some pittons up too.
So-
on the way up.
Everyone, give me athletics checks. Give me 3 of them. Just give me 2 of them actually.
Athletics. Ooh. Okay, that's 21.
19's the first one.
Okay.
That was a 9 for the second one.
Okay.
That was even worse. No, it's the same. It's 9 than 9. So I got a 21 and 2 9s.
Okay.
Well, you only asked for 2.
2. Yeah, sorry, I said
So-
3 and then I changed it to
Oh,
2.
well, it's a 21 and a 9.
Okay, sounds good.
And then so 19 for the first,
Okay.
and then the second one is going to be a 17.
Okay. So with the rope and your climbing speed, it's pretty easy for you to make it up to the point where you guys are going to come off the side. So you're at the top.
Oh,
What did you roll?
13 and a 26.
Okay, 26 succeeds. The 13, you do slip a little and take a whole 4 damage as you, have to grab onto the side and, stop yourself from falling, but then you continue your way up. And you make it up to where Chats is, and Rowan. What'd you roll?
21 and a 9.
Okay, so 9, similarly, you have a little difficulty, and you take a whole 4 damage as you fall and catch yourself and make your way up. You rolled a 21 and a 9,
Yep.
right?
We rolled the same, twins.
So you also take 8 points of damage as you fall and get the wind knocked out of you. but you managed to make your way up.
I don't like climbing things anymore.
So now you guys are all at the same platform. You're
Pull the rope back up.
Yep, and you're going down the sheer cliff face. So, with the rope, it will make it a little easier, but again, these aren't plateaus anymore. This is just like almost straight down. Like, so go ahead and give me one athletics check to make your way down this side, rappelling down with your climbing speed and everything. What do we got?
24.
Okay,
Natural 20.
nice.
8.
14.
Okay, so Finnick, you have a little trouble, and you take a whole 3 fall damage, and then with your 14, you take 5. So somehow, even though you rolled better, he took less. He took less damage. But you guys managed
You
to.
fell on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Finnick's just better at everything.
It's true.
Finnick, get off of me. Don't.
Or don't.
It's not. Now is not the time for you to mount me, man.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Phrasing.
Are we doing
Are we
phrasing?
doing phrasing?
So, the 4 of you that had to do this arduous climb, I need you all to make con saves.
Must be tough.
Oh. 22.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oof.
8.
Okay. So, you take a point of exhaustion.
For a 22?
You scaled a mountain twice today, honey.
Fair.
You two definitely feel very fatigued. With your natural 1, I gotta give you a point of exhaustion as well. You definitely feel like you just worked out for a year straight. But don't take a point of exhaustion. And because you didn't have to climb the first time, this was a normal climb for you. So you're fine. But you reach, so all of you reach the bottom and your legs are like jelly. They almost give out from under you.
Next time we climb the mountain, can we just stay there for like a day to recover? Not for me, because I'm okay. But you look like you're really tired, and also you're panting. I don't think that you're supposed to be able to pant.
FYI,
I'm fine. I'm fine.
point of exhaustion means you have disability on ability checks and saving throws.
Saving throws, yes.
No.
Is that not right?
That's 3.
No, it's attack rolls.
It says disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws for 3.
What does number 1 say?
Okay.
Just ability checks.
Oh, just ability checks. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Cool.
So keep that in mind, you two.
Yes, I have it marked.
Okay. So,
What's
what's the plan now?
why do I keep looking here? I've got a thing in front of me.
Yeah. Giant thing right there.
I don't know how to navigate this thing. How do I find spells? It's so confusing.
It's under spells.
Oh my god. I'm looking for something.
Oh, I was expecting that to like. Oh no.
Oh, never mind. Lesser Restoration does not work on
8
that.
years ago.
That's greater restoration that does it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are on the other side of the mountain, close to Tarrin. You can see the gates of like the northern gate is closed. You can see the wall. You can see people patrolling. You guys are in tall grass right now, so you're pretty obscured. There are patrols that go by ever so often, but they don't seem very tentative by any means. You guys are pretty well hidden at this point. Just passively. What are you doing?
Can we just walk back in? Like go up to the gate?
The gate's closed.
Yeah, but we paid them to get out. Why can't we pay them to get in?
Because he said you're not coming back in.
Why don't we just go to a different gate and pay that person?
You want to spend the time to go all the way around.
Well, how the hell do you want to get in then? I'm
Yes.
giving ideas. Anybody else got ideas?
We either climb or burrow our way under the wall.
I mean, I can again just... But you guys can.
That's very helpful.
And he can just walk up the wall.
From here, are we seeing, on the wall, are we seeing a lot of movement on this side? A lot of patrols?
The patrols are all along the top of the wall. So on the outside of the city, there isn't anyone walking the perimeter of the outside.
Yeah.
The perimeter walking is around the mountain itself.
So, what about the city wall, though?
There's no patrols around the city wall on the outside. The guards are not on the outside at all at this point. Previously, they were, but since the attack, it seems like
they're focused.
On being inside.
I think I can just get us up the wall.
So they're not on the wall.
They are on the wall. They are patrolling the top.
Right.
Yep. They're not on the outside. They're on the top of the wall.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, if we
Never mind.
sneak between a gap in the patrols on the wall.
Are you up for it? That climb kind of took a lot out of you. It looks
Well,
like.
I don't know what choice we have unless you...
Can't we just pay them to let us in? They like money.
You do know there isn't a gate too far. The western gate that you guys help defend. I mean, you guys are at the very northwest part of town, so you could easily get to the west side of town to get to that damaged gate.
Sometimes it's just as easy as giving money to people, right?
Are they going to allow us in? And if so, is that where he's going to be?
I can't know everything. I'm just giving you my
I'm
suggestion.
just speaking out loud.
She might have a point. I think if there's something shiny in our hand that catches the light, someone who is manning the gate may be willing to pull it up just a little bit for us to get under.
Doesn't hurt to check, so lead the way.
So which gate are you guys heading towards?
Which
West.
one was it you defend? The west?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Western gate.
Okay, sounds good. Are you guys trying to be stealthy, or are you just walking? Just beelining.
We are just a group of travelers. I think I'll have my...
You should.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will pull my hood and mask down so that you can't see distinctly who I am, or what I am.
Sounds good. So you guys make your way plainly directly to the west gate. No one stops you. No one seems to be worried about you. But you do make it to the west gate. There are two guards pointing arrows directly in your vicinity, and there is a guard on the inside of this very badly damaged gate. It looks like they've tried to make repairs throughout the day, but they haven't had enough time to fully repair it. But the guard on the other side of the gate is aware for stout, fat, big snout of a face. He looks at you and grumbles, "What do you want?"
We're seeking refuge in the city from the nasty things that are out here.
How do you know there are nasty things in here? This is a horrible voice.
Well, because I see quite a few able-bodied guards that could use a good meal and maybe some coin in their hand for defending folks like us for the night.
He looks at you and looks up and down at you guys and passively can tell you guys have wealth. He says,
He's wearing a tux.
Right. You guys
I'm wearing a dress shirt with a vest.
Right. You guys are
I'm just in travel.
are
gear,
wealthy.
but it's very well maintained.
He says
To commission a better outfit. Did you guys have a seamstress?
he completely ignores you.
Wow.
How much you willing to spend?
I mean, I think we could part with 3 gold per person.
Ha! 8.
5 and you've got a deal.
Roll me persuasion.
Huh. Nope. It's a 3.
He spits at you, dark, brown spit, like chew spit,
Oh,
and says, "Make it 10 each."
I with my face and mask on and my gloves on, I'll reach in and pull out a Well, they're just labeled as gems, but it's worth 100 gold piece. And so it's this bright gem, and I'll hold it up and say, please excuse my horrid scarring. We've been through very much through these woods. I would so appreciate it if you'd let us in and take this as compensation. It's worth more than what you're asking.
So you have a gem worth 100 gold,
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like putting it through the bars, right?
Well, I'm just holding it up into the air for him to see.
So he's definitely like scoping this thing out. He's like, bring it closer. Let me get a look.
Bring it a little closer.
He like leans in to kind of give you like he's not reaching for it or anything. He's just trying to like get a better look at it to make sure it's real.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Hand it over, and you got yourself a deal."
Please let us in.
Hand it over, and you've got yourself a deal.
But it's all we have left. Please let us in.
You let us in and we hand it over. We're currently at the disadvantage, so giving you this before we're inside...
You have everything to gain. We have everything to lose.
Well,
Roll me persuasion
precisely.
persuasion with advantage.
Sapphire is like hiding behind you guys with her thing, with like looking at her piles of platinum. And
All right.
Finnick, like, is
That's
this
solid.
enough?
Yeah, persuasion.
Maybe 2?
19.
Yeah.
5?
So without while you're trying to figure out how much money to divvy out, you hear the of the chain slowly starting to open.
Okay, I just put all my money back in my bag and hide it back in my...
as he gestures up to the guard at the top, who starts to crank the gate open. It definitely like grinds and doesn't go up normally as it's been damaged. So it only goes up about halfway before it like
Limbo
starts ka-chunking.
I'm gonna dash underneath and like just flip the gem in the air towards the boar.
And he immediately just snatches it out of the air and just starts like examining it for himself. So you all make it inside.
I'm starting to think were creatures are addicted to shiny things.
Isn't everybody?
And also tabaxi. And also Duke.
Anyway.
Us and the were creatures are addicted to shiny things.
Yes.
So you guys
Noted.
all make it back into town. You can definitely tell just from the demeanor of people. People seem to be on edge. Like people seem to be like running into each other, like they're going about their business, but like they're in on like fast forward. People are running into each other. They're breaking into fights amongst townspeople, amongst guards, vice versa. Combination. Where are you guys heading first?
Guess we should check in with Rosemary. And
Yeah, that's probably a really good idea.
Okay.
See, we gave her money to get things for us.
So you're heading back to Rowan's uncle's place, correct? Yep. Okay. So you're heading south along the wall. You can feel there's tension in the air. You can tell nobody really knows how to put the town at ease. Like people are fighting and screaming, and the guards really have no control over the situation. You would hear as you entered like the main thoroughfare, you would hear and see Kudath in the town square, still barking orders as he was previously several hours ago.
Well, at least we know he's here.
Which
is loud, so we know where he is too.
And you also hear from behind you as you guys are walking away, the boar has a small white crystal that is like blaring with the sound of Kudath's voice as well.
I think he's loud enough you can hear him without the crystal.
Correct. So as you guys are walking, you guys see several people coming past you and past you on your right and left. You do see as you're walking a couple, a man and a woman. They're holding hands and talking. The man they're humanoids, human. The man is about 5'9", rotund, large dark red beard and long hair to match. It's scraggly and not well maintained. The woman is about 5'4", skinny, short pixie cut hair with very sharp chin and nose features. They look to be wearing very tattered clothes that look like they were cut from the same cloth. Like they're both like black. So like if you took this curtain and like made clothes into it, like that type of fabric. And they seem to be like, I don't want to say canoodling, but like they're very chummy with each other.
It's very odd for the situation.
Would I recognize their scent? Or can I,
Yeah. How do you want to get close to them? They're probably like a good 20 feet away. Are you gonna like try and approach them and smell them? I guess how good of your senses can you like
attract people? Yeah,
like how close do you have to be before you can start smelling them?
Probably normal smelling if he doesn't shift.
So are you gonna try and approach and smell them? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I mean, but they passed us. Not you said they.
They're coming towards you. They haven't passed yet.
As they passed us, would I recognize?
Oh yeah. Go ahead and give me. Is a perception an advantage because it's smell based?
Sure.
I would double check that, but I think
it's there's advantage with it. Let's see. Yeah, smell based.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception with advantage.
Ooh, that's 9.
9 total?
Yep.
So you smell the male first. He's a lot more smelly, just passively. He definitely smells like he hasn't showered in a long time. Very dirty individual. Like body sweat mostly. He does have a unique scent that does smell familiar, but you can't quite figure out where you've smelled it before. Like you've smelled a lot of things recently, and you're like, I can't quite put my finger on it. But it does smell familiar. You're not quite sure where, but it does smell familiar.
Where?
Where?
I see him kind of stop to take a
whiff.
Whiff.
You okay?
That redhead smells familiar. I can't place him.
Did you sniff that man?
Yes.
Why?
He was smelly. I could smell him as he walked by.
I smelled nothing. Is this like that weird thing you said you guys can do? You can track people and sniff them?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's not weird.
It's weird.
It's not weird for us.
Well,
you floating is weird.
It is. It is. We could do that from a young age. Unfortunately.
Still weird.
When you're a toddler and you do it, you don't know how to undo it. You get in some pretty high, scary places.
Are you guys
totally Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Are you guys walking and talking, or have you stopped and started talking?
I feel like we would have stopped.
I would have stopped at least with
stopped and talked. Okay, so
that's beside the point. What did you said he sniffed familiar?
It smells like.
He smells. You can't
sweat.
Yeah, you can't quite place the person.
Familiar,
but it smells familiar.
Sweat.
Yes.
Maybe you should go sniff him.
I'll follow behind real quick, just because it seems important to finish.
Where?
Yeah. So they seem to be heading back to the way you guys came.
I'm gonna follow him until I get close enough to him to see if I can't place a better scent profile.
Okay, are you gonna try and do the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me perception.
This person is human?
He is a human, yes.
Okay.
Scanning around and checking
18?
1 sec.
alleyways and dark places to see if I see anyone just kind of skulking or standing around after hearing about tabaxis in the city, lookouts.
Go ahead and give me a perception. You immediately see on some of the clothes that they're wearing, it looks like there is a very familiar porridge that you had made previously this morning on said clothes. You see it just slathered on the back of the male. Think as you you get your hands dirty and you wipe on your clothes, he just wiped his hands on his back type of thing.
That's the porridge I made earlier.
Maybe that's what I smelled.
Why would they have that? I don't recognize these figures, do I?
As you're following them a little bit and smelling them, they both immediately, like, take stock of where they are and, like, start looking around and immediately see you. Are you following?
Yeah.
They look overjoyed to see you. And now that you get a good look at their faces, this is Evelyn and Clifton as humans.
In human form. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's new.
Natural disguises.
And Clifton immediately, like, lets go of Evelyn's hand and runs and gives you a giant bear hug.
Okay.
Oh, I missed the fur.
It's
Bear.
we're back like farther away, so
Yeah.
I'm like,
You see this man pick me up.
Yep, just
that man is hugging Rowan, and I don't understand why. Do you think that that's Rowan's uncle?
No. Are you...
What'd you do for perception?
You
25.
would look like Rosemary. Like how I imagine Rosemary.
Well,
Isn't she a
because
redhead too?
we're farther
So,
back,
like-
so that's why I'm
But
like, and
that-
he's,
like
I
makes a
have
good
told
connection.
you that my uncle is a shifter, so he would
Yeah.
I don't
probably
remember
have...
that. I don't remember who Rosemary was until earlier today.
Right.
So.
but we're farther back. I can't tell.
Right.
Why is that strange man hugging Rowan?
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary in your immediate vicinity.
Alright.
Look at how he's hugging him.
It's very gay.
So he puts you down, and Evelyn runs over, and she starts, like, chittering, like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here!" Like, she's just so overjoyed. Like,
What happened to the two of you? Why aren't you in...
well, we wanted to see the city, and we wanted to see if there's anyone that might need some help, and we felt like we were doing nothing at the house, and she just goes on and on about how I was so sad and I couldn't do anything, and Clifton thought we might be able to help, and like he like tries to calm her down and reassure her, it's okay. It's my fault. I'm the one who said we should leave, and we probably should go back.
I'm gonna walk over there.
As you see these two humans
Mhm.
babbling to Rowan.
Are you okay, Rowan?
This is Clifton and Evelyn.
Oh, thank God! And I just like give Clifton a huge hug. I'm so worried. Oh my God!
I didn't know you cared so much.
I smushed Clifton's face. Why didn't you tell Rosemary you were leaving?
I didn't know she cared.
We all care in our own way.
I can handle myself.
Okay, but she told me you were missing, and I've been panicked.
She told you that they were missing?
No.
There's no sign of any members of the chain. What's going on over there?
She told me that
Well, thank you for the heads up, but at least I guess we
Duke-
found them.
Duke told me not
I don't want
tell
to hear
you.
it.
Duke told me it was a bad idea to tell you because you would murder
Chats.
everyone.
This is Clifton and Evelyn.
Oh, your other forms.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Interesting.
I know you're were creatures, and were creatures aren't always like weird out. But I didn't even think about the fact that you could just be a human, looking human, and just blend right in here.
Yeah, I mean, we figured it'd be the best disguise, right?
It really is.
Very good
It's actually a
disguise.
really good disguise. That is. Did you think of that, Clifton?
No, it was me.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I mean, I'm so proud of you guys.
I love how your crochet hook is just your stylus that you're waving around. Oh my God! Are you serious?
But maybe it is the best idea for us to get back to Rosemary's and let her know you're safe.
And next time when you leave, tell her. Because I have been panicked and I have been lying to Rowan all day.
We're sorry. We didn't mean to make you worry.
I'm sorry, Rowan.
No, it's fine. It's fine,
Rowan would
Evelyn.
have killed me if you guys would have ended up dead, but I didn't tell him you were missing.
Oh,
Would have probably killed somebody, yes.
oh, that would have been bad.
It would have been me.
Well, let's head back to the house. And they'll hurriedly follow you guys back to the house.
Okay.
Where, as you guys approach, the door is fully open. Rosemary has tossed this place like it was a murder scene. Like, everything is on its side. Like, And you see
frames missing out of the curtains.
right, yeah, like nothing, everything is askew. And you can see Rosemary just like flipping through the bed, like seeing if somehow they're inside the bed.
Are you? They knock on the door.
She immediately like turns around.
Spring cleaning?
What? No? I'm looking for... And she sees the two people behind you guys. Who are they?
Rosemary, this is Clifton and Evelyn
Oh, thank God.
in human form.
Thank the gods.
Yeah, I was so worried and you never messaged me back. You never messaged me back. It's been hours.
I'm sorry.
I was so worried.
I'm so busy. I've been trying to find them. I didn't want Rowan to get mad.
I didn't want Rowan to get mad either, and I can't keep secrets.
I won't message you next time. I'll message someone else.
I messaged Duke.
Okay. And she looks directly at Duke. I got you.
I swear to God, he could lie to somebody on their goddamn deathbed, not even break a sweat. Meanwhile, I'd be bawling and sweating and crying and...
How about we all get in and close the door?
Yeah, that seems like a great idea.
So-
Mary, do you have alcohol here?
She says, of course I do. As she reaches into the false wall that's behind the bed that you guys previously took swigs out of. So she grabs that and takes a pull and hands it to you.
I take a drink and then I go...
That's not water.
So
I don't like this.
You guys close the door, and she immediately looks at Clifton and Rosemary, Clifton and Evelyn, and says, I'm not your mother, but do you have any idea how dangerous this city is? You could have gotten yourself killed or captured or worse.
Expelled.
Thank you.
At least a 5.
And if they had tails at this point, they would have them between their legs, but they don't.
Rosemary, I pat her on the hand. I already yelled at them.
I appreciate that.
I gave them a tough scolding. Told them they could have gotten you and I in a lot of trouble with Rowan.
I would have been dead.
Me too.
And expelled.
Like
from the family.
The demon?
No, from the family.
Oh. You would kick her out of the family for losing your friends. That's rude.
Anyway.
You guys see there is a large, we'll just say a large bindle on the table, and she says, I did some shopping in my franticness. Let's take a look at that stuff. And she goes over and grabs the bag, and she starts digging around. She pulls out a giant diamond, and she says,
You keep that.
Oh, believe me, I will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This was not easy to find. I had to twist a few arms before Hugh over at People's Tower. He was willing to part with this. I really had to bend his ear, but he eventually turned it over. And then she pulls out a couple more bindles of arrows. One of them looks like it has, like the tail of it looks like it's yellow, like the feathers at the end are yellow, and they are in lightning bolt shaped. There's 5 of those. They are called thunderclap arrows. And I will tell you what they do if whoever decides to take them. Thunderclap. And then the other ones, the actual point of the arrow looks like it has an eye shape inscribed on it. They are purple. And she looks at that one and she picks one up and specifically looks at it and says, this one has an eye on it. They said something to do with mind stuff. I don't know. And she hands them to one of you and says, they're mind piercers, I guess.
Mind piercers?
Mm-hmm. So who is taking which set of?
I want the thunder arrows.
Perfect. I will take the mind piercers.
Okay. Mind piercers do an additional 1d8 psychic damage.
Ooh.
And they must make an intelligence saving throw, DC 15. And if they fail, they have disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom saving throws for 3 rounds.
What does the thunder arrows do?
They release a thunderous explosion upon hit. Creatures within 10-foot radius must make a DC 15 con save or take 2d8 thunder damage and are post.
You said a 15.
15 DC con save.
Okay. 15 DC con save.
Or take 2d8
Take 2d8
thunder damage. and are pushed 5 feet and fall prone.
So that's the thunder wave, basically.
Yes.
What's the range or the area radius?
10-foot radius.
Okay.
Did you need me to repeat anything?
Yeah, so what is the disadvantage on?
Disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom saving throws for 3 rounds.
All right, guys, it's the return of the thunder waves.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say,
Return of Mac.
how appropriate for a Bree song to have thunder powers.
Duke shivers.
Well, we do, the majority of us worship or have worship Cord. I guess.
It just seems appropriate.
I'm confused.
It's alright.
Okay.
Enjoy your toy.
Thanks. I want to blow something up really bad all of a sudden. It's weird.
She
Clap your hands together real quick. Oh, never mind.
Were you expecting the building to explode?
Well, it would have been a surprise.
I don't go make it a habit of blowing up buildings. That's more of a mother thing.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Along with gods.
What?
What?
Yep.
Okay.
Mother blew up a god?
Gods.
Plural.
10.
Mother blew up gods.
Guards.
Guards! Oh, yeah.
Sounds about right.
You look a little tired too, Duke. Maybe we should rest for tonight and eat something bland.
You do look tired. Are you alright? I mean, I know you're old too.
I'm frustrated.
But why?
I've already made my point.
Okay, but we're a team. And I think that you should talk about your frustrations.
You talk, I'll cook. And I break out the colossal cauldron and, oh, goodness. Since I know I can think it and make it, we'll make meatballs.
Okay.
With marinara sauce.
Not marinara. Tide me overs.
Like the ones that you made
For real.
for real?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm still dreaming of that gravy.
Those were so good.
Those were good.
So we'll get to that in a second. So Rosemary is still pulling out stuff. She pulls out what looks like a black, spherical? No. Circle. Black circle with like glass in it that has a chain attached to it. And she says, supposedly this gives dark vision. I don't know if anyone here needs it, but it is a monocle of dark vision.
Yes, he gets the monocle.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
To match the top hat.
I'm gonna make Duke a monocle attachment for the doll that I made you.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Oh my god, we need the drawings!
Yes!
Top hat, suit coat,
But
monocle.
no, like full tucks and tails.
Yeah!
Monocle!
Oh.
You're the motherfucking Monopoly man!
You do have tails.
You must be the Monopoly guy.
She then pulls out a ring, which I will give you a description. It's a wooden ring that's always covered in splotches of charcoal, ink, or paint. And she says, I couldn't quite figure out what this does, but she said it's a doodle ring? I don't know. Does anyone like to draw, maybe? Doodle makes me think draw.
Okay, oddly enough, I need to draw a picture for you.
Well,
So-
try this.
Yeah, give me that for a second. I just like
You just put it.
no.
You just put it on. You're immediately cursed and die. No.
Oh, sorry. That was meant for chats.
Sorry, I might have peeked the mic there.
So, while wearing this ring, it doesn't require attunement. You can touch a finger to a solid surface and begin to draw. The drawing uses your finger, and it makes marks as if it were a piece of charcoal, ink, quill, or paintbrush.
A notebook, and I go,
Weird.
I'm gonna test this out.
Yeah.
I start thinking about puppies.
Okay. What type of medium are you thinking? Are you thinking
I
charcoal?
just want it to be like a dog.
quill, or paintbrush.
Ooh, let's do charcoal. We'll do like a charcoal sketch of, instead of puppies, let's just, I take obsidian out of my hood and I sit him down and I go, sit. Good boy. Good girl. And then I think of obsidian and I do a charcoal drawing of obsidian.
So go ahead and give me a dex check. What color would you like the charcoal to be?
Purple.
Okay. So you go ahead and give me a dex check.
Why do I keep looking at me?
To see how well you make this drawing. But you start to draw a charcoal picture of...
Just like a...
Just straight dex check. Just roll and add your dex modifier.
Ooh, it's +5.
Yes.
19.
Yeah. So you paint what seems to be a very eloquent picture of your cat.
He's doing
Obsidian.
this.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's
Very,
sitting up like this, and he's looking very serenely off into the distance.
it's very beautiful.
Obsidian, what do you think, buddy?
He reaches out and like paws at it a little bit, and
It's
it
you,
and it
girl.
smudges.
It's a girl. She's a girl. No, don't smudge it, and I fix it.
It does smudge. So it's not permanent. But yeah.
I
so
didn't leave it time to dry. I mean, it's charcoal, so it's gonna smudge no matter what I do. What do you guys think? I drew obsidian.
It's beautiful.
What do you guys think? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you and Chats should
I pull out
spend some time together.
another piece of paper. I need you to, in vivid detail, explain to me what your daughter looks like. I pull out I think about. You said there was a paintbrush.
paintbrush function, yes.
Okay, I'm going to use the paintbrush function. I hope I can change the colors.
gadget.
I hope I can change the colors while I'm functioning.
Yes, you can.
So I need you to, like she's committed a crime and we need to find her. I need you to describe me in detail what she looks like.
Well, there is a heart-shaped black patch over the left eye.
And then we'll do this as she continues to pull things out of her bag.
So
White stripe down the center, right orange ear.
she pulls out a small little brown bag, satchel, whatever you want to call it, and she reaches in and pulls out what looks like a gobstopper. Like, it's multicolored. This one happens to be...
What's the other setting I have? Charcoal
Paints.
paintbrush and what?
I have an item
Oh, okay.
I'll give you. So
Okay.
you don't need to worry
Perfect.
about it.
I'm just putting it into my other possession so I don't forget I have it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's an item on D&D and Beyond. I'll give it to you. She pulls out a gobstopper looking thing, and let's see what color it is. It is gray. So she looks at it and she says, "These things, I guess, do stuff." And she just plops it in her mouth. And she's like, tastes like mead.
That's dangerous.
It's got a heart, and she like tries to crack into it. She's like, it got a gooey center.
Clifton's drooling in the corner.
Yes, he's salivating at this. And she like jingles the bag a bit, and you can hear there is about 4 left in the bag. And she's like, "Does anyone want them? They do different things depending on the color, I guess."
What did that one do?
This one, I don't know, maybe gave me advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened.
What?
What the fuck is that?
They're called Freffrels Jolly Ooze Bean
Well,
Sugar Bombs.
Who gets charmed or frightened a lot in this group?
I would like something that's not cursed for once. Could I have those?
Sure. Depending on the color, they might do different stuff. So
Is one of them's cursed?
This color's black, and
That's the good one, actually. All the others are cursed.
oh, okay.
I mean, once I give you the item, you can read what all the different colors do. It's in there. So
Okay.
all right.
I will take the bag of gobstoppers.
okay, they're called sugar bombs, but I just gave you a description.
Sugar bomb!
You said calico. Like, what shade of calico? Like light calico, dark, medium calico.
Oh, she had very vivid marks.
Okay.
Very deep colors.
Like
So-
like a brown.
Like, as I said, black, heart-shaped patch, white stripe down the center, orange right ear, over on this side, there was like a rich brown that ran down to the chin.
So as you're describing this, Rosemary comes up to you as you're cooking and hands you another slip. And she says, I found another recipe for you. Go ahead and roll me 5 d10s, and we'll see what you get. I do have an idea of something to give you, but I'm kind of curious to see what you get.
So a 9, a 1,
So 10,
a 6, and a 4.
another 10.
You said 5?
Yes, one more.
And another 1.
So 21.
Oh, very important. Her right eye was yellow. Her left eye was blue.
Oh, it's one away from the thing I was going to give you anyway, so I'm just going to give you that.
She's so unique.
it's-
There's so many different features. I feel like it would be pretty easy to spot her in a crowd with different colored eyes and stuff.
Unless she's hiding her identity.
So she hands you a slip for a recipe called Moonshade Lemon Chocolate Macaron.
Macarons.
Macarons.
Is that something you're gonna cook for us?
Does it look like I can bake here?
And she points at the cauldron that you're making stuff in.
I know.
Isn't that thing? Oh, no, okay. Like,
If I start making her sweets, she's gonna ask for them all the time, and her diet's going to be ruined.
Wait, sweets?
You didn't hear anything.
I have a very high perception.
No, you don't.
I do. I think it's like 16. 15.
Your passive is 16, you're right.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure I have a pretty high
Yeah,
passive
you're right
perception.
behind these two, yep. So, yes.
You're busy painting.
Yeah, you're listening
I've
to...
painted a little macaroon on the side of the painting. I like it there.
Yeah, I'll just keep cooking my meatballs.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check with your proficiency modifier as you're making these meatballs, just to see, if something goes awry, potentially.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah.
A natural 20.
Yeah. So you start putting. So are you trying to magically make this, or are you trying to make it by hand, from scratch?
Oh no, I'm letting the pot do the work because
Okay,
I
so-
know we don't have the meats.
Yes. So you put in. What are you putting in to try and facilitate this meat? Are you just putting in like a sock or something? Like.
Oh no, I'm putting more drops of the alcohol that.
Oh, okay.
Because that seemed to work decently well.
Yeah. So you add a couple drops, and you put the lid over, and you can hear it start to bubble and churn on the inside. And as you lift off, you smell a deep, earthy smell of meatballs, very similar to how we had enjoyed them last week. Very herby, in that beef
I will
gravy.
stop harassing you until you make that for me again.
It was really good.
I'll do it over. We'll throw some rice in there too on the bottom.
Okay, sounds great. So you
I'm hungry again.
successfully prepare a feast for everybody.
Sure.
So as you are describing this visage of your daughter to help with the painting, I need you to make another con save.
Am I still cursed? What the hell?
Stop passing out.
Con. That's a 9.
Okay, so you feel an overwhelming rush of blood to your brain, and you reach out to Sapphire, as she is the closest thing next to you, to help you prevent yourself from falling over. And you immediately grab her and slip off as you fall unconscious.
Oh shit.
You can make a dex save if you'd like to try and catch him so he doesn't just smack his head on the ground.
I don't think that my reaction time is good enough for that. Let's see.
You can definitely try. Doesn't hurt.
Well, I mean, it is, but I'm painting, so I don't think I'm fully paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's 26.
Yeah.
My God.
So
I catch him one-handed like this and move him away from the painting so that it doesn't smudge anything.
Yes.
But you catch him with your ring hand, so you give him a little bit of a smudge.
You're just being a fingerprint on it.
Yeah.
You're unconscious and I'm concerned. I lay him down on the ground and I go, you're unconscious and I'm concerned. But I need to finish this because I'm going to forget. Okay, one eye is green. Okay, and then I'll set this over here to dry.
So,
Guys, Chad's passed out!
We're in a very small building. We all saw it.
Guys, Chad's passed out. I'm going to draw a mustache on his face.
Take a break.
Cute.
Cousin, you mind checking on him?
Now I'm going to slap him on the face a little bit.
Stop that.
How am I supposed to wake him up otherwise?
I point to Rosemary.
Oh, yeah, we usually don't have a healer.
I can take a look at that.
Okay. Don't mind the mustache, that's new.
And that's when we'll take our second break.
Oh, God!
Why? And welcome back. So we will pick up with Rosemary taking a look at Chats as he just had fallen unconscious. So she is going to do a medicine check. And she rolled terribly. So she just looks over you and she's like,
Guess he's dead.
he's still breathing, so that's good. I'm not sure what's wrong with him though. I can try and heal him, but he doesn't look injured necessarily.
Well, he's been looking kind of tired since our adventure up the mountain, you know?
Well, he is an older cat
I
person.
swear if he's cursed again and is hiding items on him, I'm gonna beat him with my staff again.
Well, as far as I know, none of the items I've given you have been cursed. At least I hope not. I mean, I can hopefully remove said curses if need be, but I hope he didn't get any curses from me.
Well, could you give him maybe a restoration spell?
Yeah, I'll try that. And you can see she rubs her hands together and starts feeling you up a bit. And with it, her hands glow a bright white. And you don't wake up, but you do lose your point of exhaustion. So there's that.
I'll take it.
As she casts greater restoration on you.
Well, that didn't work.
Um,
Maybe he's just tired.
Maybe he does need to just take a nap.
Cat nap.
Yes.
We've already named an episode that.
yeah. Well,
Does she not have good restoration? Could have sworn she did. I'll find it. She will.
we'll just add that in.
I can do whatever I want. She's my character.
God, I am God. I do as I please.
She hasn't prepared. Why does it not come up in my spells? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Oh, I had to click on level 5. That's
Ugh.
why. Bleh.
Details.
Okay, anyway. Does anyone want to do anything else before we cut to chats?
Well, I mean,
What kind of chats?
Yes.
are we going to try to get the thing set up in the fighting pit?
I see that that's important, but Chats is unconscious.
What are you going to do about it?
Well,
I don't know. I'm just pointing out a fact.
wasn't he the one with the ideas of what to do down there?
Was he?
Is there something you'd like?
Well, I was just saying, it seemed like a pretty simple plan. I mean, lure him into the pit.
He's the trap expert.
I thought you said Trav expert. I was like, oh, that's true.
I am the Trav expert.
But yes, I mean, I guess he is, so we go to sleep?
I mean, you don't have to go to sleep right away. You guys can hang out and plan, but we will cut to chats.
Well, Chats is sleeping, so I guess we should too.
We do that thing where we make it so it's not awkward for you and we just all lay down.
Lay down right next to you.
Yeah.
Like, we're all sleeping now. It's fine.
I would like to. Rosemary, are you busy?
No, I was just tending to chats.
Okay, maybe we should do this when Chats is awake, but maybe you could try it now, too. He's trying to find his daughter.
Oh.
And she looked like these.
Okay, that looks like a very nice... I didn't have you roll a dex. Roll me a dex check to see how good that picture is.
20! Dirty 20.
It's a very, very good picture. That looks like a very beautiful tabaxi girl?
Yes, her name is Seuss.
Interesting. What do you want me to do with this information?
He wants you to send her a message.
Oh.
Like you did with the talking in my head spell thing. To let her know how to find him.
Yes, I can do that. And we will get to that next session.
Okay.
As I will have to plan out what I'm going to say. So, we're going to cut to you. So, you immediately wake up on the floor of what looks like a large 50-foot wide by 200-foot long hallway. It's a very elegant hallway. You're lying on what looks like a red carpeted floor that stretches the length of this hallway in front of you. There are wall sconces that have been evenly placed throughout the hallway to illuminate the whole thing. There's large violet velvet curtains on the right-hand side of this hallway. And as you're looking around, this looks very familiar to you. You remember that those velvet curtains cover stained glass windows that overlook the town of Underfelix. The walls are decorated with very familiar paintings. To your left, you see a painting of your Aunt Honey and your Uncle Griff, each with their own individual paintings.
Making up shit, I better write this down.
As well as individual portraits of your cousins, as you do not have any siblings.
And Honey, Uncle Griff.
You stand up, and you see behind you there's a set of double large walnut doors, and a matching set on the far end of this hallway. You can see, and you know from experience, that these doors have ornate handles, like very fine gold inlaid handles, with intricate decor that is carved around the borders, about 4 inches out from each side. You immediately recognize this hallway as the hallway that leads to the throne room of the castle that you used to live in when you once ruled over Underfelix. And you would know that the double doors in the end of this hallway would take you to said throne room, where you and your wife, Marita, would sit and watch your daughter Seuss play.
Being in shock and awe of being here, I just studying the paintings on the wall and the doors and the stonework and just everything. I think I'm going to try and look for a point of reference, to check if this is reality or not.
Okay. What are you going to try and interact with?
The curtains, they're drawn?
They're closed.
Okay. I'm going to peek behind one to see if it's really a window looking out over Underfelix.
And you do. You peek behind this curtain and you see a dark night sky that looks over Underfelix. There are several houses that have lights on, smoke and smoke coming from chimneys. It looks like this is the Underfelix that you knew before it was taken from you, essentially. Like, this is exactly picturesque how you remember Underfelix.
I think my eyes are welling with tears, and I think just besides myself, I'm just like, I fling the curtain away and I'm running down the hall towards the throne room.
Okay.
Just hoping to see something.
Okay.
And I'm running towards the doors, and if I can reach those, I'm gonna fling them open.
Okay, so you grab the door handles and you wrench the doors open, and they're heavy doors.
Mm-hmm.
But you swing them open with all your might, and you see before you a very large, familiar room. It's about 100 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
The the hallway's in the middle of the room, so it cuts it in half. So it's 50 feet on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Directly in front of you is a large. Similar to the previous room, there's a large violet velvet curtains that cover the windows on the southern portion of this room, and wall sconces light the western portion of this room to give it adequate lighting. There's a large raised platform that splits the room in half, and there's a set of spiral stairs that go up each side. They go up to a platform in the center, which is a cylinder, which is where both of your thrones sit. Behind the throne is a large curtain that's used to hide some of the scenes, staff coming and going and whatnot, so they're not bothering you. To your left, by the door, there is a family portrait of you, Marita, and Seuss, when she was a girl, of course. The portrait portrays the whole family having a picnic in the snowdrop fields, which, as of the painting's depiction, is a beautiful meadow of white, snowy flowers. It looks like a very warm day, and it reminds you of the very place that you and Marita had your first date. You approach that painting and stare at it for a couple seconds, just like taking it all in.
Depending on how high it's hung, I think
it's probably a little bit above eye level, so you actually have to look at it. But if you were sitting at the throne, it would be directly in front of you.
Right. I think I kind of reach up and touch it, but then I see my hand, which is black.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume in the painting I am my orange tabby color.
You are.
And it just strikes me how much has changed, and I don't know. I start getting this feeling, I think, that this can't be possible. Like, this is the home I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not who I am anymore. And I think the tears welling in my eyes are just, I think they're just spilling out now, because this is everything I wanted. And I have it here, but it's not real. It can't be real. And so I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna whirl around and just yell into this throne room, what the hell is going on here?
So you turn around and you just belt up.
Mm-hmm.
And as you finish belting up, screaming, "What's going on here?" You immediately look down at the throne that you previously saw was empty. And you see a hooded figure sitting in your throne. And it looks like a very familiar hooded figure that you have previously heard descriptions of. The face is obfuscated, but you do see a black cloak with thick black leather gloves, but the cloak is exposed at the waist, and you can see 2 calico legs crossed with her tail swinging about, and she says, "I've been waiting a long time for this, Padre." And that's where we'll end tonight's session.